and welcome back to another episode of On Off Topic. This is episode 1.5, where we will try to continue our topics that we said we were going to talk about last time. So, this is your host, Mary.
And I'm her lovely co-host, Tori.
You know, speaking of names, though, on my YouTube channel, so this gets all posted up on YouTube, obviously, and this is the same YouTube channel I've had for basically 10 years. I think it's been almost 10 years. Yeah, it's been almost 10 years, and it's still the same name. My brothers have changed their username, but I'm the only one who hasn't changed their username. I'm pretty sure I can change it anytime I want to, but I choose not to out of nostalgia reasons. I should really change it to my pen name that I use like online, like almost everywhere. Everyone's gonna look at my YouTube channel and be like, "Who the hell is XXX Crystal 64 XXX?" You're like, "Who the hell is this?" Well, that's me. That's me.
I mean, that could also be another topic. It's like the history behind our usernames, both old and current.
Ooh, podcast topic. Usernames. Cringy usernames that you used in your time of adolescence to 2020.
And I've used a few.
Dude, it's so hot right now. Let's see. So we're about already a minute in, and it's 6:20. Hey, it's 4:20 for you.
Yes, and no, there's no weed involved.
Nah, just get lit. Just go wild. See, I go crazy. See, this is.
Yeah.
Do you think it's easier to talk with me, or harder to talk with me? Because I already mentioned this in the first episode. Like, I have ADHD. My mind goes everywhere, so that's why I like the name of our podcast being On Off Topic. We're on a topic, but we go off topic because it's really me. It's my fault as the host. Like, we'll start one topic and then we'll devolve to 10 different topics. Is that harder to talk to me or easier to talk to me?
I mean, I'm kind of a similar way where like I'll stick to a topic and then I go off into a random tangent sometimes.
You know what? It'd be like that. But then again, any attention deficiency, like it's not like whether you got it or not. There's a spectrum. There's a spectrum for it. I don't know where I fall in the spectrum. I just know that I have it.
I mean, I don't have it. I just have like way too many topics going on in my head all at once, and then it's like, oh, so I wanted to this place with my ex-best friend. By the way, let me tell you how terrible this ex-best friend was. And it's just like, it develops from there.
And sometimes it makes you question, is that being creative? Or do you just have ADHD? Sometimes, it'd be like that sometimes. But then again, people with ADHD, I know, like, I've seen this on Twitter, and like it'll be like, you have ADHD or you're autistic, and I'm not trying to, I wonder if this is considered offensive. I hope this isn't. I'm trying to say it as it is, but I wonder if it's kind of like, they do say like you tend to like focus on a specific topic, or like you're just hyper focused on one thing.
It's like I get hyper focused on one topic, and then I end up getting focused on the details. I'm like, why can't I just stick to the original story that I'm trying to say?
Right? No, that's me all the time. It's me all the time. Also, a thing I always do, like, I'm paying attention. Like, apparently, like, I have to be doing something. Like, I am paying attention. I can't just look at someone's face. So, like, right now, I'm literally on Twitter, like, retweeting as we're doing this podcast. We're still not on topic. We're still not on topic.
I don't even think we picked a topic.
I know, that's the thing. See, that's why, I talked about this before. This is why we have a Word doc. That's why I had this Word doc. And this is just, this will always be a recurring thing. I'll always have a fresh new Word doc. Or the same one, it depends. We always take at least 3 topics. That's why I'm making this a thing now. We're going to have at least 3 topics that we want to talk about at the beginning. How we start things off, we just started off however we want to. That's the thing. We just started off however we want to.
Yeah.
Like, we started off with, how did we start it off? We started off with...
the first episode and a half was talking about MLA versus APA.
You're right. Dude, that took up like 20 minutes.
Discussing other ideas.
That's true. Oh, we also did talk about like what did we talk about? We talked about like why people tell you how to play your characters, your original characters.
Yeah.
I don't really have anything.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, you're good. No, you're good. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to talk about that. Like, I still think it's weird. We talk about projection, how it happens. You know, I think that's inevitable too, in a way of speaking. Like, I think that's inevitable. Unless you're an asshole, then okay. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. I'm playing. You're not an asshole if you don't project. You're just being a realist. That's what you are, a realist.
Hello. Oh, hi, Liv.
Oh, hello,
you want to join our podcast? Okay.
Yeah, I'm recording right now. As you can see, everyone, we're on a public server, and we should honestly have just like a private one, so people just don't pop in and out of nowhere. But here's the thing, that makes it more fun. That just makes it more fun, though.
Yeah.
Just out of context conversation. Someone pops in, yo, what's going on? It's all like, hey. See, we're still not on top. We're still not on topic. So everyone,
you're all good, Liv. It's okay.
Yeah. So let's welcome my lovely and beautiful wife, Liv.
Hello.
She's so quiet. Hold on, let me see if I can turn you up. Maybe that'll help.
I was mumbling. Hi.
Yeah. No, it's okay. I have everyone turned up. Yeah. So, as you can see, we're doing this through Discord. We're talking through Discord because quarantine, and we all live like states away from each other. Now, so you guys want to dox yourself? You can't. I'm just kidding. Please don't dox yourself.
All you need to know about me is that I live in the United States on the West Coast, and that's it.
Yes. No, when you dox yourself, it means like you reveal like personal information, basically.
Yes, my phone number is 1-2-3-4-4-5-6-7-8-9-10.
Yeah, and this is also my credit card number, 1-2-3-4-6-6-6. just 666 actually. Actually, that's my debit card number. It's 666 4 times. Wait, it's a 16-digit number, right? For credit and debit card numbers?
I have no idea. I mean, I haven't looked at my debit card in forever.
Dude, yeah, like, where am I gonna go? It's like, where am I gonna go these days in this quarantine?
Going shopping in this quarantine?
In this pandemic?
Yeah. God.
We do have a set topic that we want to talk about, though, Liv. Really, our podcast is, you know what, we call the podcast on-off topic because we pick a topic, talk about, only to go off topic. But it's also, this podcast is also named, Let's See If We Can Get Married on Topic. Let's see if we can get you to stay on topic. It's already
podcast, aka Let's Get Married on Track.
Yeah, basically, it's been 10 minutes, almost 10 minutes, and we're still not on topic. Oh my god. There's really no structure, to be honest. The general structure is we have a Word document, and I make notes throughout the podcast. But we do decide on topics we want to talk about. And we're going to try to talk about them. Last time we discussed MLA and APA format, and we hate it. That's it, we hate it. I don't know, hate is a strong word. It's not that I hate it. It's tedious.
We strongly just kiss.
Yeah. We just strongly dislike it. It's just a tedious. It's not that we don't understand the purpose of it. Like, we know why it's used. We know the importance. We're not out here plagiarizing other people's works. You're a terrible person if you do. Especially in the context of art, like art and writing, like free writing, I should say, and free art. Well, not free art because people do commissions and stuff. But you're a real asshole. You're a real asshole being like, oh, like this is the art that I totally didn't do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so why don't we start with one of the topics? Let's start with your story because you have the one. Actually, you can break that down into like 10 other topics. Like you mentioned you wanted to talk about like critiques and criticism in general. And Liv, wife, feel free to join in on this.
I probably won't. I'll probably go now that I know what's happening here.
No, please. Okay, so wow, we're gonna lose our co-host here. I mean, you're welcome to stay.
Don't feel bad. I'm just I would say I'm in like a good mind space for like a podcast right now.
Oh, you're good. Well, you're welcome to listen, and if you want to like put in an opinion or something, you can do that if you want to.
Okay.
If you want to, yeah. So if you want to, you can put yourself on mute and listen to me and Tori talk. But if you have an opinion, yeah, if you have an opinion though, feel free to join in.
We love you either way.
Thank you. I love you.
Yeah, these are my wives. I should also mention my Tori is also my wife. This is a polyamory relationship we have.
Okay,
Yes.
The on-off-topic wives club.
Yes. Yeah. But maybe we should just do. You know what? Let's just do. Why don't we just do that instead? Just have a podcast with all my wives.
Oh my God.
With all of my wives. Let's get.
It's like all my children except all my wives.
Oh my God. And a special episode is when you bring in all the children.
You're right. You're right.
Welcome to the On-Off Topic podcast, where we bring in Mary's 2 sons. I think she has 2 sons, or 3. No, 3 sons. That's right. And then, I don't know how many daughters.
So I say, do you have any daughters?
I think
Kanna's technically
one of your
my
daughters.
daughter.
Kanna, yeah.
I don't know where she went. I don't know where she went.
She's online sometimes.
I see her online, yeah. And like, she just doesn't talk anymore. I do see her in the bots chat.
Yeah, more.
Yeah.
Gotta steal all those waifus.
Yeah. Alright, so let's get on topic. Again, so I'll repeat this again. Liv, you're welcome to stay. Just if you have a thought or an opinion you wanna say, you can do that.
Okay.
You're welcome to do that.
All right, right on.
All right. Yeah. So we're gonna start with critiques and criticism because that's the top 3, like the very top of this document. Like those are the topics we're gonna talk about, and we just never touched them.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what did you want to talk about? What did you want to mention about critiques and criticism?
Well, I kind of just set it as an idea for we can apply to both art and writing. There's a way to give critique, and then there's a way to not give critique, and then also the vice versa of giving critique and not taking critique and then taking critique.
Yeah. That can also tie in with one of the topics I wanted to talk about was sensitivity readers. Yeah, it kind of ties in together, but they're also two different things. So I'm in another server with a bunch of my AO3 friends.
Mm-hmm.
Or writers. I like to think we're friends.
For the unaware, I believe AO3 means Archive of Our Own.
Yes, Archive of our own. It's been around forever. It's
basically like a fan fiction place.
It's better fanfiction.net, to be honest. If I had to be really honest, it's better fanfiction.net. Real talk.
and better Wattpad.
And better Wattpad. You're right, better Wattpad. I still use Wattpad. On my laptop though. Not really mobile anymore. Because I used Wattpad all the time in high school. Mid-high school. It was mid-high school. Let's say my junior, senior year.
I mean, I've never written fan fiction before.
I mean, technically when we role play, when we RP.
Okay, yeah, that's
That's
fair.
technically
Yeah,
that's technically
that's fair.
fan fiction, except with other people. Except with other people.
Yeah. I guess in a way, like, RPing is like writing a fan fiction. You're just writing it with other people.
Yeah, it's just that's you see that's the difference when you write I guess it's a difference like writing fan fiction. But here's the thing with fan fiction too: you could co-write with other people. That's another thing. You could co-write with other people.
Mm-hmm.
It's just longer. It's just longer.
Yeah.
It's just longer, and it's actual planning, like actual planning.
Yeah, lots of planning.
But yeah, like critiques and criticism, like yeah, I did what. Oh right, the reason I mentioned AO3, I remember this. I'm on topic, I swear. In a server with my writer friends. I'm just gonna call them my writer friends now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But we all met through AO3, obviously. We do writing seminars actually every Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a server owner's idea and one other person's idea.
Mm-hmm.
So they thought it's pretty neat and it's fun. So it's a fun thing. It's not really mandatory. It's just a fun thing to do, and we all like to write. Personally, they do more than I do. Well, I mean, it's not that I don't like writing. Like, I love writing. I do love writing. But I think I'm more leisurely about it. I'm very, very chill about it. And here's another thing. I think it's been established, at least, it's established within my friend groups that, and in class, that I'm a visual learner. I'm a visual learner. So sometimes writing, because I'm just staring at words. You know that feeling when you read, like you have a textbook, you're reading the same line 50 times, and you're like,
oh yeah,
I already read this. Yeah, see, that's me. That's me when it comes to writing something. And this is true with my own writing. I'll be like looking what I write, and I'm like, I read this. Like I read what I wrote like 10 times. I already read it. Move on. It's like move on, and I just don't.
It's like you get tunnel vision from like reading the same things over and over. It's like, I thought I just read this.
Exactly. No, exactly. And then another thing about when I write, here's the thing. I love writing. Like I have in my head, I have everything planned out. Like I know what I want. I know what I want to see because it's so much easier to visualize it because you don't need words. It's just there. It's just right there. Yeah, like it's just yeah. But then when I need to describe it, I just like, well, shit. How do I say this? It's like, how do I put action into words, basically?
And I can only imagine like the word counts.
You know, I used to think like because like I tend to be very like I know some people don't like my writing because I tend to. One of the critiques I do get, this is more from my professors, to be honest. It's like, it's a double-edged sword. They said I'm too detailed, but like being detailed is good though. Like, not with with certain types of essays, you have to be detailed, and I think that's where I think that's where that comes from because I have to be so detailed. I had to describe every little bit.
You can't be too vague on certain things.
Yeah, like I had to tell them like every little bit of thing to like like and they try to like give me a counter argument. I had to write like 100 answers to make sure you don't say anything to me. But when it comes to like regular writing, I had to describe everything. I need to describe everything. Like I had to write about the way people's fingers move, the way their skin is going, whatever is in their heads going on. Yeah. I know people don't like my writing because my paragraphs look long just because like it's literally me just describing everything.
Yeah.
And sometimes most of the time, the way I write, I say it as is. I like to use, I love like using like fluff, like, using similes, metaphors, hyperbole, stuff like that. I like doing that. I do.
It's kind of like you're setting the imagery.
Yeah, I like doing imagery. That's one of my favorite, That's one of my favorite things I love to use. But I know people don't like my writing because they're like, you don't, because I had one person who told me, like, you don't need to tell me everything, just let me figure it out on my own. And I'm like, part of me is like, I was like, okay, I understand, I'm sorry. The other part of me is like, no, I don't care what you say, I don't care, I do what I want. This is my writing. Who cares what you think?
And leading that into, like, the topic of critiques, like, instead of, like, them saying, oh, you don't have to tell me every little thing, like, maybe they could tell you, like, how you could fix it.
Exactly.
Like, how you could, like, rewrite it.
See,
so, like, for example, like, if somebody were to tell you, like, oh, you don't need to tell me everything, they could be like, I like how detailed it is. I kind of wish the details were a little bit, like, skimmed down, or I don't know, like, the term, slimmed down, I guess.
Something.
Like,
it's like something.
Yeah. It's like, you could still provide the details, just leave enough, like, ambiguity for me to, like, figure it out.
See, it depends. See, that's another thing about writing, you know, like, when you're setting up imagery, is like, I feel like you can't describe a lot of things, like, without actually saying it. Like I said, like, I'm a very visual person, and, you know, when I read, like, when people try to describe something to me, and, like, I try really hard to imagine it, and sometimes I can't, like, I literally can't sometimes, but it's good writing. I can recognize good writing when I see it. I just have trouble doing that. I have trouble visualizing. Like, for example, it's not really writing, but someone tried to describe to me. One of my friends tried to describe to me how they, like, lay down on a couch, I think. And I was trying my damn hardest to, like, figure out what the hell were they talking about. Like, I was like, I knew what they were talking about, but I was trying my damn hardest trying to figure out what it looked like in real life. I don't know how, but I did hurt myself because I was trying to, like, reenact it too. I tried to reenact it, did not go well. I actually hurt myself. If my friend is watching this, it's not your fault. It's mine. It's mine.
Also, warning to the audience: please be careful when trying to reenact descriptions.
Yeah, you're right. That's another thing. Yeah. That's why I can't follow instructions well, I think. Well, I don't know. It's debatable. That's debatable.
Instructions unclear. Hand in the blender.
You're right. Oh, God. Hand in the blender, please.
Instructions unclear. House is on fire.
House on fire. You're right. When cooking. Cooking. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. But yeah, that's one of the part of my critique. It's not even a critique. They just told me. I guess it's considered a critique or a review. I don't know. They just, like, they don't like that.
A critique and a review are kind of similar.
They're very
in
similar.
A way.
Yeah. They're very similar. I guess it's, like, I don't know, the levels of it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Regardless.
But I was just saying, like, they could have, like, said something differently instead of being like, oh, you don't have to tell me everything.
Right.
Because then it's just like, okay, how do you want me to fix it? That doesn't tell me how to fix it. Or how I can improve.
Exactly. I actually did a seminar about critiques, like, constructive criticism. I talked about... This is, like, 2 weeks ago, I think. I did a seminar on this with my writer friends. Like, here's another thing, like, everyone's writing style is different. I like to think mine is very plain, to be honest.
I've always thought mine was kind of on the plain side, too.
Yeah. But I think that's our first opinion. I don't know, my writer friends always tell me, like, oh my God, this is so cute, it's so good, like, they're so nice, they're really nice, but they're amazing writers. Shameless advertising, but you should totally check them out. Links are in the descriptions below. Can you imagine? I don't know. I'm not gonna do that because I don't know if I should do that on YouTube. You know, but I'm gonna to my writer friends, because I think they actually do listen to this. You know, if y'all see your links in the description below, I don't have any shame advertising like that. I will do it. I
Advertise your friends.
unsolicited. Yeah, I do unsolicited advertising a lot. It's a good and a bad thing. Like some people don't like that, and some people do. In my case, I don't think I should do it because I don't know if that's okay with them.
Yeah.
When you're writing on like fanfiction.net or like AO3, typically you want that traffic, you want that viewership though, because because my friends take the time to do the research and to do the research on what they're writing. They take in the time to make sure it flows well. They ask for beta readers.
Yeah, well, like that's another thing. It's like you could hire like beta readers to like read through your stuff and maybe even give you the proper critiques.
Exactly. Yeah, and like they go out of their way to ask other people too, like, hey, like I don't want like this also goes to the one topic I want to talk about is representation. We actually had a seminar about this like yesterday. Like we talked about this yesterday, and we went into it again today. Well, they did. I kind of just like lurked. I lurked in our server, just read what they talked about.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah. So they take the time. They put dedication to this. So it's like, I'm not ashamed to like do advertising for them because they deserve that. They deserve that attention because they're damn good writers. This is me being like, I try to do research, but I do the bare minimum. Not because I don't care. It's like I'm a late to really put it down. I'm just a lazy person, to be honest. I'm just a very lazy person, to be honest.
Aren't we all?
Exactly, but well, obviously, it also depends like what I want to research. Like I was like one of the fics I'm actually writing. I started this like weeks ago. Didn't finish it. I do this all the time. I want to write it. It's like I want to write it. I just can't find a motivation to do it. Or my ADHD. It goes like to my ADHD. It's like I'll be like, all right. I sit down. I pull it up. I write 2 words. I get on my phone to check one thing, and suddenly I find myself playing like a rhythm game, playing rhythm games, and then I'm like, okay, I'm tired, and I go to bed.
Yeah. I think the same thing happens to me. It's like I try to like work on something, and then my mind wants to work on something else.
Exactly. So like I tell myself every day to do something, and I just don't do it. Hell, this week is a writing week for me, and I'm supposed to be doing it right now. But I said, here's what I said, Tori, do you want to do a podcast with me? You want to do a podcast with me? And here we are. And we're still not. Well, we're still on topic. We're kind of on topic.
Yeah, we kind of devolved.
Yeah,
again.
Yeah. This is what people get to listen. People get to listen to us go on topic and off topic for like an hour. we're like 30 minutes in.
Space.
Oh, hey, my son. Hey, okay, we got a new co-host. This is my son.
Oh, fuck.
Space.
We call him Space. Right,
we call him the Space King, but Space for short. And he's my
son.
This
is a podcast, you fool.
Shit. Did I walk in on something? Should I leave?
No, stay. See, it's more fun when people just join out of nowhere. But we're talking about writing today. And Space, I know you like to write. You roleplay with us. You roleplay with us, so.
Liking is a relative term.
Okay, then you can leave. No, I'm just kidding. You don't have to leave. So we're talking about, but we are talking about like critiques. We're trying to talk about critiques and criticism, though.
And we somehow got to a tangent about advertising your friends.
Yeah, we got into it. That's my fault. We were talking about like I will do shameless advertising my friends, especially on my fan fictions. Like whenever I post up a work, I'll be like, "Hey, shout out to these people. Here's their link. Here's their stories. Go read them." Like I'm not asking you. I'm telling you to do it. I'm demanding you to go to their story and read them because they're amazing. And I'm to my writer friends who may or may not be listening to this. I'm 100% serious about that.
Anyway, sorry.
I do the same thing. I do the same thing with my friend Blair. Like, I fucking hype the shit out of other people's work. I'm like, you know what? This person makes really good fucking work. Go follow them.
Exactly. See, my son gets me. But yeah, back to topic. Like for real. We're talking about critiques and criticism. Like, well, we talked about how like I talk about my writing, how people don't like how detailed I am, which is kind of valid. But also, can you tell me how I can get better, or are you just gonna be a jerk about it?
Yeah, exactly.
And that's most people. That's most people too. Unfortunately.
Like, one way that I've learned how to do critiques is called the compliment sandwich. And I know there's some people who are like, ew, the compliment sandwich, I don't like using it. But it's like the whole point of the compliment sandwich is that, okay, so you tell people, what they're good at. And so they don't have to, they can still like improve on it, but that's not like going to be their main focus of improvement. And then it's like, if you get into like the middle of the sandwich, that's where you tell them, okay, so this is what you need to fix. And that can be like the main meat of what they can focus on.
Yeah.
So it's like, for example, like, oh, I love how, like, romantic the story is. I really support the characters. However, there were parts in that story where it got way too detailed and I got lost. So maybe for the future you could skim down the details. Like, still give enough detail, but also, like, a little bit more ambiguity so that way it could be interpreted in different ways.
Yeah. And that's another thing, like
that would be an example of a compliment sandwich.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I haven't heard that term in a while. Like, I had someone else say, call it that too.
I learned it in an art class.
That's cute, though. But, but also, that's another thing, like, when it comes to, like, leaving reviews, critiquing, like, you can put the same amount of time, like, trashing me. Why can't you put that same amount of time to say something nice, man? Just saying. It's like, takes like 2 seconds. Or it's like,
oh, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all.
Like, honestly, I talked about this in my seminar, like, tough love. Like, it can work.
Mm-hmm.
It can work. Tough love does work. Like, sometimes you gotta be tough on someone. I do believe in that. But I don't believe it. But, like, the way you have to do it is, like, you can't just tell someone they're bad and then expect them to get better. It's like...
it's like, you can't be like, oh, your writing sucks. Exactly. Okay, how does it suck?
Yeah, like, we don't know. We don't know what that... I don't know what that means. I have people tell me my writing sucks before, and I'm like... I'm obviously 2 things. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. And the other is like, fuck you. Straight up. But yeah.
It's like... Yes, I'm aware that I suck. How can I stop sucking?
Exactly. And
please don't take that out of context.
Yeah, but seriously though, like, I don't know how to improve it. You can't tell me. And not only that, here's another thing. I also had to think about. I can't just think about one person like not liking my work. I have to think about like. Obviously, I don't get that much traffic compared to my other friends. Like, I'm not. I'm not jealous or anything, but still, like, sometimes, let's just say I had 30 people read my stuff. I'm not going to listen. I'm going to listen to the one person. I am going to listen to them. But you can't tell me how I can improve. I'm not going to listen to you. I'm going to focus on the 29 people who do like my stuff,
Like, they do like your stuff, and they do leave, like, comments on how you can fix it, exactly. But they're still being nice about it.
Exactly. Like, it's like this. If 29 people can like my stuff and tell me what's wrong with it, like, in a civilized manner, I'm gonna listen to the 29 people who matter, not the one person who's gonna be like, you suck, bye.
And then that's another thing, that's the other half of the topic is taking critique, because I've heard of artists where they absolutely cannot take critique,
like me,
and they go off on people that just are like gently being like, hey, I really like how this looks, maybe you can improve on this little thing, but overall it looks good, and they're like, oh, how dare you, that's my style.
It's like, wow, how dare you. God, this reminds me of the, I brought this up the other day too in this server, because I talked about Rooster Teeth and the Ruby community.
Mm-hmm.
So I talked about this, and it wasn't wasn't really a critique. It was just the way it went. Which was what the heck did I say? See, my memory also sucks, and I hate that. Oh, right. So Rooster Teeth hosted a contest. Like, if you look this up on YouTube, there's a YouTuber named Hero Hey. He covers the news really good. Shameless advertising of a YouTube celebrity. He's not really a YouTube celebrity, but I feel like if he kept going with the videos, he can be. I think he's very popular, in my opinion. At least within the Ruby and Rooster Teeth community. Anyways, on topic.
I mean, I'm not familiar with those communities, so my apologies.
No, you're good. Rooster Teeth is kind of canceled, to be honest. Watch my video get flagged by them, please. Anyway.
I mean, the only thing I know about Ruby is that the creator died a while back, which was sad.
Yeah. That was that. Dude, I was depressed at that time. Anyways, on topic.
Yeah, his name was Monty or something.
Yeah, Monty Olam. I keep saying this. On topic. Man, we're terrible at this story.
Yeah.
That's why we needed Charlie.
Sorry.
We needed Charlie on this. Actually, we have Space. What's Space? My other son. I have 3 sons. I have Chris, Space, and Charlie. Right.
Charlie was on the previous episode.
I know. Yeah, he was. Yeah, Charlie was on the last episode. He just dipped without telling me. Could have just said bye. Especially for our audience. How rude. He's not my son anymore. I'm just kidding.
I mean, he probably had a dip out of nowhere.
Yeah. He probably did. Yeah. Right. So in the Rooster Teeth and Ruby community, so Rooster Teeth hosted a art contest. And it was the point of the contest was what was it? So people make submissions. Yes, Space. I hear you.
Oh boy, are we shitting on Rooster Teeth? I'm glad I joined back.
Space joined back at the best time. Yeah. I think you probably heard about it then, Space.
I have not. I don't know about the art thing. I know that they canned one of their fucking voice actors due to alleged accusations.
That one. See, I don't know about that one. Well, I don't know which one you're talking about, but we'll get to that if we can. See, the topics of today is supposed to be about writing, so we probably won't. But but the reason I'm bringing this up is it still relates to critiques and criticism. Is that so they hosted an art contest. The point of the contest was to be submit your design of a Grimm, which are monsters in their show Ruby, RWBY.
Oh, right! I remember you talking about this.
Yeah, I talked about this the other day. It was last week. Yeah, it was sometime last week.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the full story because I gave a very TLDR version of it. So the point of it was it's supposed to be the winner will have their design featured in the show, and that's supposed to be kind of neat. That's kind of neat, if I made something and it gets featured in a show, that's kind of neat, to be honest. And it was also a way to bolster artists too, get attention to that, bring attention to them, and it had audience and show interaction kind of thing. I zoned out for 5 seconds. I don't know what happened there. But so there were 5 finalists. One of them made a pretty cool design of a Wendigo. And yeah, and everyone knows what.
Yeah, now I'm familiar.
Yeah. Everyone might not know what a Wendigo is, but it's a creature known in folklore, and you see it in other games too, what's that one game?
Until Dawn.
Until Dawn, there we go. And one other game, I don't remember what it was. I was gonna say the last.
I think of Until Dawn.
Yeah, it was definitely Until Dawn because that was literally the plot point of that show. The literal villain, not the villain, not even the antagonist. It was tragic. It was just tragic. Anyway, they made a design of the Wendigo. Someone on Twitter, this exploded. Someone on Twitter was like, "Oh, you plagiarized this. This isn't your work. The Wendigo isn't your idea, and you're a racist." It was I don't know where the racist came from. I don't know. I looked through the thread. I see the original thread. I looked at the Reddit thread. And I was just like, where did you get racism? Plagiarism, it's not that I understand it. It was like, I from their point of view, I understood what they were going for. But I didn't understand the racism part. I didn't really understand that.
I was gonna say, like, oh, you plagiarized the Wendigo. I'm like, aren't all the characters in RWBY kind of based off of a fairy tale?
That was another thing. That's another thing. See, I'll get to that. But plagiarism. Yeah, so the artist was accused of plagiarism. They got reported, and this is one of the finalists, by the way. This is one of the finalists. They got reported to Rooster Teeth. Rooster Teeth addressed it, and literally that artist got disqualified. Actually.
Really?
Yeah.
They couldn't have let the artist explain themselves?
I think they tried to. Because, like, if I remember, the artist was like, this was my inspiration, the Wendigo from Folklore. I based the design off of the Wendigo, but still made it my own. Like, and then that's
technically what Until Dawn did.
Yeah, that's what Until Dawn and many other games and shows. Like, Charmed, for example, did an episode of the Wendigo. Good show, by the way. Old show, but good show. I love magic.
It's kind of like how people are like, oh, let me take King Arthur and make it my own. Exactly. Like, you're not like stealing the idea of King Arthur. You're just making your interpretation of it.
Exactly.
It's essentially the meme of like, I made this. You made this. Takes it from you. I made this. That's essentially what it is.
Yeah. Basically. Yeah, and then the YouTuber I mentioned was Hero Hey. So like he did the news off of like what happened because it was like he was standing up for the victim because it was bullshit. Like what I can't believe they because it was bullshit like that. This person was accused of plagiarism, and he kind of boosted her up to being like, but he tried to do it in a neutral way, like, hey, you should check out her work, and if you like it, you should vote for it. Like, it was very neutral. Like, if you like it, you should vote for it, you know? No, he never said you had to. He didn't say you had to. He didn't say you need to do it. Like, just if you like it, you know?
Yeah.
And so then one of the other finalists started attacking him. This was on a Twitter thread. They started attacking him, and it became a whole thing. It became a whole ass thing, and the finalist was saying, "Wow, now I'm not gonna win because of your video." And like, no, and if you look at this one, the finalist, she had Rooster Teeth boosting her up. She had the voice actress of Cora boosting her up. She had sponsors, basically of boosting her.
There's no way she wasn't gonna win.
Yeah, and like honestly, if like the artist who was disqualified, I think she was disqualified later, but I think it's just easier to say she was disqualified. But but like if she won, it would have been won because like people genuinely liked her design. Not like it's not her fault because and the other that finalist to accuse Hero Hey of like helping the artist, her design was of a freaking like a rhino looking grim, and I'm like, that's kind of boring, not gonna lie. I'm not saying it didn't look good. It looked kind of neat. It did look neat. It was just kind of boring. It was just boring.
Bless you, space.
Oh.
Thank you.
Oh, that was a sneeze. I thought that was just a mic rub. Sounded like a mic rub. But anyways, yeah, but it was kind of boring. In my personal opinion, I didn't say it was bad. I just thought it was boring. And, like, I'm pretty sure there was something like that in the show anyways. Like a rhino-looking thing. In the RWBY show. So, like, I'm not saying it was bad. Like, her art was good. I'm saying it was good. I just, personally, I wouldn't have voted for it just because, like, I'm pretty sure there was already something like that. If not, there was already plenty of Grimm that has horn-looking things. Wendigo
like, you're not being mean here. You're just stating your opinion.
It's an opinion. I'm not like people are gonna watch people attack my YouTube. And YouTube doesn't do inbox anymore. Back in the old days, we used to have inbox messages for YouTube. You used to be able to message.
I'm just thinking of the Vine.
Yeah. Back in my day.
Where it's like, how do you know what's good for me? It's my
Yeah. Yeah. And like, I feel like this girl, like, that finalist wouldn't be able to take criticism, to be honest. I don't think she would be able to take criticism.
And this is something I noticed from Tang, is that Tang brought up a good point where it's like, oh, if I put my art up on the internet, what makes people think it's already automatically available for criticism? Sorry if I misquoted anything, Tang. My apologies.
Oh, so right. Again, we're on a public server. We do have other people listening, and we have another person who's here just listening. Their name is Tang. There's your shout out, Tang. You're welcome.
We love you, Tang.
They want to be called our guests of honor.
Your existence to me is valid, Tang. I don't know if I enjoy your company though. I'm kidding.
Our podcast. This is our podcast, everyone, where we just roast each other.
But yeah, Tang, you do have a good point about, like, me putting out content, what makes it automatically available for criticism. Like, that's a good point. Because, I mean, I'm open for criticism, I just know people aren't unless they ask for it. So I think, like, a way to get around that is, like, maybe put a disclaimer that says, not asking for critique at this moment. Or
don't critique me, I will cry.
But you can do that. But then there's always people be like, you didn't want critique, you don't want anyone like criticize, you didn't want reviews or critiques. Why did you post it up in the first place? I don't know, to share with people, man. I don't like. What do you want from me? Like, maybe I want to share it with the public. Just put my stuff out there,
Yeah, it's like, I know people are gonna pull the whole, but it's free speech.
Free speech?
Yeah, and so is the freedom to post anything on the internet.
Exactly.
Doesn't give you the freedom to be a fucking dickhead.
Yeah.
Excuse me, this is PG-13. I'm just kidding. There's no rating. No, there's no rating on my podcast. I
answered a bunch of bleeps.
Yeah.
We can censor that in post, right?
I don't do edits. I should put a disclaimer. I don't do edits.
We'll censor it in post.
Maybe, yeah.
Rest in pieces.
I don't do edits on my podcast, though. When it's done, I just upload it, and we all just perish. We all just. Yeah, we just all perish, but whatever we say, once it's out there, it's out there. That's all I gotta say. These are public videos. These are public videos.
And it's like, that's the point. That's like with anything, like with videos or with artwork. It's like, you should be able to have the freedom to put that up there.
Exactly. Like,
and it sucks that, like, people have to put disclaimers because people don't understand.
It's kind of like how, like, people just have something to say.
Like, it's like when people do, like, top 10 lists, or they talk about makeup they don't like, or art supplies they don't like, or games they don't like. Mm-hmm. And they have to keep putting out the disclaimer that, hey, this is my opinion, this is the word of God.
This is the word of God. I like that. But yeah, no. Exactly. But this is the world we live in.
Yeah.
It's the world we live in, and I've learned to put up with unsolicited reviews and critiques. We went over this yesterday too. This is about more about yesterday was more about representation and stuff like that, and sensitivity readers. Let's talk about that.
Why are you dying?
Yeah, you. Oh my god.
Oh, you want to know why I'm dying? I'm currently reading Twitter thread as to how new and experienced witches hexed the moon and fucked it up for some reason.
I saw that.
I'm not joking. This is an actual Twitter thread, and people are believing it. I'll link it in Bitch Corner.
There's a lot of angry witches on TikTok right now.
TikTok and Twitter, yeah.
Let's
talk about that though. Let's talk about that too though. Cancer. Cancel. But
it's based on cancer culture.
Please have mercy.
All right, king and queens. I'm gonna dip.
Oh, okay.
Thank
you.
Bye,
Have a good one.
Thank you for joining us, Liz.
Thanks for joining us,
I
Liz.
may not go into. I love you too. I may or may not go into a normal voice chat.
I'll let you know.
So I'll
let
probably
you know.
still be around.
Yeah.
Okay, but have fun with the podcast. It was lovely sitting in.
Yeah,
Here,
we're happy
thank
to
you.
have you here, Liv. We were happy to have you here.
It was fun.
Yes,
Okay,
fun.
bye guys.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah. So cancel culture, not cancer. But here's the fair point though. Sometimes cancel culture can be cancer. Let's be honest.
Like, I watched a video that, was talking about the whole beauty community drama nonsense that's going on.
Fucking hell.
God.
Yeah, you're right, Space. It is an effing hell.
I'm crying.
But
I'm just gonna
they were
share this for me to read later.
They were basically, like, explaining the difference between, like, cancel culture and holding people accountable. Because, like, there's a difference. Like, holding people accountable is like, oh, you have the evidence. You're wanting them to address it. You're wanting them to be like, hey, you better say something, otherwise you have, like, your career on the line. While canceling somebody's just like, oh, they did a mistake. Well, no, we can't let them explain themselves, so they're canceled.
Exactly.
And it's like, that's the latter, like, cancel culture I don't really like, because it's like, you're not holding them accountable. You're just saying, oh, well, screw you, because you did one small mistake. When really we should be holding those that have made, like, really bad mistakes and still keep doing those mistakes. We gotta hold them accountable for their mistakes. Instead of just being like, oh, somebody, like, accidentally smacked somebody, well, they're canceled.
Yeah. This can also tie back to our criticism topic, which is like people do that. Like you write one little thing, and people will find that little thing you wrote and be like, I can't believe you did this, or like, wow, I can't believe you made a typo, or I don't know, something. People do that, and I hate that.
Like, if you're gonna hold somebody accountable, it's like, hey, can you address why you wrote this? And I'm like, and if it was me, I'd be like, oh, I apologize that my words could have offended you. Is there a way you can tell me, like, educate me on how it's offensive, or give me resources on where I can look?
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, and I'll learn, I'll educate myself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
like trying to make sure I don't make that mistake ever again.
Exactly, like decent human beings, literally, like
Yeah.
why can't we help each other like decent human beings, dude?
It's like, instead of like canceling me on the spot, I'd rather be told, okay, please tell me what is wrong with it, and I'll do the research and try to educate myself.
Yeah.
And I'll even like apologize for it. Now, obviously, I gotta be genuine with the apology. Like, my apologies. I honestly, legit did not know this was a thing. I went and looked it up afterwards, and I will continue to educate myself from here on out.
Here's another thing about like doing genuine apologies, like especially when you're doing like a message, like as a message, you realize like I don't think people understand how hard it is to convey tone, mood, voice, and this also goes in writing. Like, you realize how hard it is to convey that through words online, and you're not saying it. Like, it's pretty damn hard. Like, y'all remember when Logan Paul made like his apology video when that whole suicide forest thing happened? Like when you watch him do it, it was kind of ass. You know it was ass. You can hear how half-assed it was. Like, at least when you see it, you can tell.
Well, yeah, that's another thing. That's another thing. Like, it makes it hard to do it on video. Hi, Rev.
Howdy, Rev.
Oh, hey, Rev. Welcome to our podcast that's running. How far are we in here? We are 54 minutes in this podcast. I can't wait to upload this.
What are you guys doing?
Doing a podcast.
We're talking about like critiques.
Hey, dude, you want to join my podcast?
Are people watching?
No, we're recording it.
Yeah, we're recording right now.
Bye.
Oh my god.
Well, you can stay and listen if you'd like to.
Yeah, you're welcome to stay and listen, and if you have like an opinion, you're welcome to put in like you're welcome to like tell your thoughts about whatever we're talking about right now.
What are you guys talking about?
Our current topic right now is criticism and critiques.
And then we kind of went into like holding people accountable.
Yeah,
because it was
we
also
were talking
tying
about
into
cancel culture. Yeah,
Okay.
we were talking about cancel culture.
Okay.
Cancer culture.
Yeah, you're right. Cancel culture, please.
But yeah, it's like if people are willing to like take a critique and be held accountable for things, like that's like somebody handling it well.
Exactly.
But the problem is like some people have a hard time understanding tone, and so that's why it's hard to make a video apology and a written apology, because like you can't really fully convey to everybody how you're feeling, because there's always going to be that group of people out there that are going to be like, oh well dang, I can't trust this person anymore because I can't understand how they're feeling. Or whatever.
Yeah, because like when people read, they process it differently. Everyone thinks differently, and they process things differently. Like, if you tell me, I had this happen. I actually did a little experiment once. Like, I had like 10 different people. It's like within a friend group thing. So I had everyone just say I'm sorry, like no reason, just say I'm sorry. Some people were literally like, you sounded sarcastic, you sounded genuine. I don't know why. I didn't like the way you said that. And it's like, how can you tell? It's like, how can you tell? Like everyone said it like a different way. Like everyone said it the same way. And the reason they interpret it that way is because of who they associate with.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so like it's how you associate with the person, and like it's like sometimes the way you interpret someone's voice, tone, and mood in a message is like it's how you associate with that person, and you know how you think of them as a person.
Yeah, like how you think they would sound in real life.
Exactly. So it's so hard. So it's so hard doing like written messages, written apologies. That's why I don't want to. That's why whenever I see like YouTube celebrities or like other people, voice actors, etc., like when they do like written apologies, I never want to say it's half-assed or not genuine or anything like that.
I mean, an example of a genuine apology, in my opinion, is Jenna Marbles.
Yeah, that was some bullshit. Like, they just dug up her, like, old shit and said, like, you know, oh, we need to fucking cancel her, when she, like, came out with a really good apology, said that she was sorry, said that she was going to take time off and, like, try to make up for it, and she did. She never did anything like that ever again. But people want to fucking have their cake and eat it, too.
Yeah. Like, Jenna
Which,
Marbles,
by the way, is a stupid fucking analogy.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, Jenna Marbles' whole thing is like, she didn't need to do that, but I could tell like it was from a genuine place.
Yeah.
There's one that I don't think is from a genuine place, and that's Shane Dawson's.
Oh, fuck Shane Dawson. And Jeffree Star while we're at it. Fuck him up.
Man, I only caught up a little bit on that, but but based on what I do know, like, yeah, you're right, they're canceled. You're totally canceled.
Screw Jeremiah Starfish.
Does that make us part of cancer culture because we are canceling them?
No. I don't want to cancel him. I want to get that fucker off this platform. I want him fucking gone. I want this motherfucker out the door. I want his ass canned, alright?
Space,
this
please
motherfucker
remember.
does not deserve a standing.
Space,
I
remember.
am out for blood, ladies and gentlemen.
Remember that this will be uploaded to the internet.
No.
Space just
everything's uploaded to the internet.
Space.
I want to open up a can of whoop ass on somebody.
Space is like, good. Let them know how I feel. Let them know. This is how I feel.
Look, we're sharing our thoughts with the world. I might as well tell everybody that I fucking hate Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star for being utter shitheads.
Okay, that's fair. Okay, that's right. Yeah.
And plus, it's like they repeat the mistakes over and over, despite them people being like, "Hey, can you please hold yourself accountable for doing these things?"
Exactly.
All we ask is like for you to learn from it. But then they just continue to make mistakes, and so people are having enough.
Right.
Like people have had enough of the BS.
Sexy.
Excuse me.
Sexy. So sexy. That's sexy.
By the way, for some reason, Katara is trending on Twitter, and I think it's about a post saying that Katara and Korra are the most hated characters. But I don't know anybody that hates Katara, bro. Katara fucking rocks.
I love Katara.
Korra, on the other hand,
I mean, I'm not
I wanna
familiar
express
with
my
Legend of
opinions.
Korra.
Dude.
Yeah, because I'm not familiar with Legend of Korra, but I've heard she's a shit character.
I just,
I
They
mean,
could've done
I'm more
better.
so familiar with Last Airbender than Legend of Korra.
I'll just put
Yeah.
it this way: it could have gone better. That's all I'm gonna say about that. We can
I
hold
feel
that
like if
topic.
Nickelodeon didn't screw them over,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
would have been better.
yeah, but that's a topic for another podcast.
Yeah.
So, but back on topic. Back on topic. Roll credits. I'm just kidding. Well, not Cinema Sins. I got it time. Yeah, but that's I think another part of that topic you wanted to talk about was also like how to give criticism. Like, so Tori, what's your thoughts about how to
I
give?
kind of explained it earlier, like a method that I use is the compliment sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
And I even like do this when I'm reviewing like OC submissions, even though there are some that are like, why? Why do you write them like this?
I'm not gonna lie, like this is such. I don't know. It's a pet. I don't know if I want to call it a pet peeve or it's just wrong. It's like that person who. So we're in another server. So we had to review a submission, and this person capitalized every single word.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That was weird. It's weird, and it was just cringy. It's just cringy. Can you imagine, like, reading... let me put it this way. Imagine reading a story, like an actual story, and every word is just capitalized, and it's like...
And I feel like I would get tunnel vision, like, way too fast.
I would
Because,
too.
like, when I'm doing these, like, reviews, I'm checking for, like, the amount of lines that they have, if every detail is going to be in line with the lore.
Right.
And, like... all of that, and I was struggling because everything was all capitalized, and I'm like, I'm kind of lost. I don't know what to do here.
So we don't want to be judgy, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Why did you do that? Capitalize it. Like, I don't. This is weird. It's just weird.
Like, maybe a critique I could feel like is, can you not please try not to capitalize every word, because it can make things hard to read at points.
Yeah, like personally, I was like, what the hell am I reading? But if I were to give like a genuine like review of like how you should be writing, I was like, this is a good submission that you gave, but but please, like you said, Tori, please try not to capitalize every word. In formal writing, only the first word of a sentence is capitalized, or important names,
only like
places,
the first word
names,
and certain pronouns.
Yeah.
Or no, not pronouns, proper nouns.
Proper nouns, places, important.
I'm so glad that I don't mod on that server anymore, because I would probably fucking be at the end of my rope and just like, do better, shithead, this is bad. I would just probably have no time for people in their shitty submissions.
That's how we're feeling currently.
If you need somebody to be the bad guy, I will gladly just come in and wreck shit.
I'm crying. Look, I'm still surprised you're in that server, to be honest. You're still
I am too. Look, man, I just want to say that I'm a mod of an RP server.
Can you imagine? I'm surprised no one has tried to like contact space at all, to be honest.
Oh no. People have tried to contact me. I'm like, hey, I'm busy right now. Could you try and contact the other mods? And I just don't fucking talk to them.
Gee, I wish I could be like that.
I'm crying. That's so funny. I think that's funny. And that's hilarious.
It's like, I wish I could be like that, but I'm scared of, like, being like, I don't want to deal with this and try to throw it off everybody.
How much is everybody?
Like, throw it
I
off
mean,
someone else.
when you need, like, space, then just be like, hey, I'm kind of busy right now. You could probably ask another mod.
That's just
Yeah.
you every day for that.
I'm sure they'll understand, because you're very well spoken, and you put it in a better, like, you know, you have a better vernacular. You'd say it much nicer than I would.
Yeah,
I mean,
guess.
I try.
That can be debatable. It depends on the situation. It kind of depends on the situation. Because, like, you know, like, most of the time, I'm like, I don't know. Most of the time, I do say whomst, though. I do say whomst are you? Whomst.
But yeah, I haven't touched that submission because I'm like, how do I address it? I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be like, please don't capitalize every other word, because I don't want to come off as being a word.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. So let's get into the topic of, like, going with the critiques and criticism. Let's also I did want to talk about, like, sensitivity readers, and and I'm gonna say and representation, because, like, this kind of deals with, it just kind of goes back whenever I go on Twitter. It's really hard. I got into a period of time where it was really hard for me to get on Twitter. Because there was so much hate, and there was so much, like, topic. Like, it was important for, like, advocacy is important, obviously. Like, I was glad people were talking about it. I was glad people are bringing, like, trying to be like, yo, this is wrong. We need to do something about it. I was glad for that. I'm not saying I wasn't, but it was still hard. It's still hard for me. You know, it's so hard for me to scroll through, like, my Twitter feed and, like, reading about that. I cannot
Like,
handle it, basically.
Like, it's like, I want to educate myself too, but there's, like, only so much my mental health can take.
See, it's all mental. It's really all mental, really. Yeah.
But again, I don't want to, like, discredit anybody that's going through, like, hardships like that.
Exactly. No, exactly. Kind of. Yeah, yeah, I'm not saying, like, it should stop. It was just really hard for me to, it's just really hard for me to go through it. And, you know, if my writer friends are listening to this, we tend to talk about, like, serious topics sometimes. Voice chat, I don't mind. It, more or less, I like to listen in. But when it comes to just, like, generally messaging, I kind of, not gonna lie, I tend to put that on mute. So you're listening on this. Y'all listening on this. I'm sorry. I'm admitting to that now. Sometimes I leave that on mute. It's just because I'm also really bad with talking about serious topics. Because I'm afraid of saying something wrong, obviously. Yeah, it's and that's the thing when it comes to writing too. Like, that's another reason why this ties into the other thing I want to talk about. Like, why don't I write often, / post often? I write a lot, to be honest. I write a lot. Like, if you go through, like, my drive, like, I have a folder drive literally filled with, like, 100, like, there's probably, like, 100 files in there of writing. Yeah. I just don't post them very often because, one, it comes from the fear of, like, concept of, like, offending someone in some shape or form. Most of it, like, I like to think, like, 90% of my writing really, like, doesn't really offend anyone. But if I had to write about, like, culture, or racism, like, basically political topics, if I had to write about, like, political topics, that's where I get iffy about, like, should I post this? I don't think I should. And most of the time I don't, because, for one, I really don't want to deal with that. Just because I personally don't think I have the mental capacity to deal with it. I really don't think I have the mental capacity to deal with that. But I'm not unreasonable. obviously. It's just, I guess it's a bad thing because the fact of that I want to avoid that. When really I should be very confrontational about it and like we should talk about it. We should talk about it because that's how things get resolved. You got to talk about it. You got to communicate, and this is true in any and all relationships, including friendships. That is, communication is key. Everyone. That's all I gotta say. That is my PSA for the evening.
I mean, I'm in the same way with you. Is like I fear of like posting anything because I worry like anything I do or make or say is offensive. So I'm always like trying to figure out like the right words to say in certain situations.
Tori, you are the least offensive person right now. Like
really?
Yeah.
You really are.
Yeah, you really are.
Yeah, I mean, because I know I say stupid things sometimes, but I always try to make sure my stupidity isn't offensive.
I mean, I think just people just say things. People just say things.
And also, like, I've been kind of honestly shy with my writing because back in middle school, I was bullied to like heck for it.
See, that's relatable because that was me too. Middle school and high school for me.
Like, people, like, every time I would write something, people would think, oh, are you writing this about a crush? And then they would steal my notebook, show it to the crush, and then the crush would be like, wow, I hate you now, goodbye.
No, okay, no, that's just being an asshole, actually. That's just being an asshole. And that crush was probably not worth it anyways. That's all I gotta say.
True.
I wish you told that to, like, 6th to 7th grade me, because I would have been stupid. They wouldn't have believed you.
Yeah, like...
Because I was stuck on that crush for, like, 2.5 years.
It'd be like that, dude. It'd be like that sometimes. That's rough. I'm sorry that happened to you. But no, what they did, but just that act alone, that's just being an asshole. Sorry. I would beat them up for you if I could. I probably
because,
would.
like, I even wrote this, like, in my freshman English honors class, where I was, like, it was, like, we had to do, like, these certain, like, sentence-style poem thingies. Yeah. And one of them was, like, one of the ones I wrote was, like, I used to like writing, but now I can barely write the first page.
Oof.
Yeah, because I was, like, that was my relationship of writing at the time, was, like, I didn't feel comfortable doing it. So I was worried, like, oh, if I did it, people were going to think I was writing about somebody. And I'm like, can you just, like, write for fun nowadays? Exactly. And it doesn't have to be about somebody?
Exactly. Like, you know, like, things that happen to you in middle school, like, they change a person. It's like middle school to at least freshman year. They change a person. Like, I shared a story about, like, how I wrote my first fan fiction online, and I got that horrible, like, review. That changed me for life. And now I'm all messed up. Guys. That's why I'm the way I am today. That's why I am the way that I am today, because of that person. It sucks.
Like, I even had, like, an artist friend who would sometimes talk to other people being like, oh, Tori has, like, this Alice in Wonderland-y style, but she would say, like, kind of condescending, and I'm like, what do you mean by that? Like, are you trying to be, like, nice, or are you trying to be condescending about it?
I'd be like, what does that even mean? I'd be like, what does that even mean? It's like, good?
I mean, because...
Huh? Whoops.
Because, I mean, Hannah is, like, my oldest OC that I've had since I was, like, in 8th grade.
Uh-huh.
And she, you know, she has, like, kind of like a gothic Lolita style.
Yeah.
However, you know, people in my school don't know what that is, except for, like, certain artist friends.
Yeah.
And then again, I mean, I feel bad for saying this, because it completely kind of contradicts the whole topic, but my artist friends' art style kind of looked like the generic stuff that you would see, like, in How to Draw books.
That's not too bad. That's not too bad. It could be worse. It could be worse. Like, literally, it could be worse.
Well, meanwhile, it's like, yeah, I looked at these books, but I didn't, like, fully use the style. I kind of just made my own style from various other references, and then used that.
Like how all writers start off. That's another thing. Like that's how all writers start up. Like you start reading other people's work, you start emulating, and then you start forming your own sense of style of writing. Like like drawing, like how drawing works too. Like you start copying, like you start off tracing things. And then you start drawing your own stuff.
Copying the style.
Yeah, or copying the style, and then you start developing your own style, your own your own signature and stuff. You know?
Yeah.
So it's like.
And to be clear, this is an artist friend that I had in high school. This isn't like any of my other artist friends now.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like this was an artist friend in high school that I went to middle school with.
I will be back. Dinner is ready.
Enjoy your food, man.
Okay. Hey, thank
yeah,
you.
it's Spanish tonight.
Ooh, nice.
Okay. Well, we were happy to have Space with us. We'll probably be ending this podcast soon. We're running. How far are we running? We are running at 1 hour and 15 minutes.
It's like 5. It's 5:34 for me.
It is 7:34 for me, so I mean I can keep going, but let's try not to keep. The goal is to try not to keep the podcast more than 2 hours. Whoever listens to a podcast for 2 hours, I'd be like, wow, power to y'all. You can listen through us for 2 hours straight. Damn.
Yeah, I've listened to 2-hour podcasts before.
Me too. They're therapeutic as hell.
Yeah.
But seriously, no. Our podcast, there's no structure. It's me. Like I said, we go on one topic and then we go into 10 other things. We went through a lot in this. This is a lot for a 1.5 episode. This is supposed to be a 1.5 episode. I bet people expected to be like, oh, it'd be like 20 minutes. No. You thought. No, but back to the topic though, sensitivity readers and representation. This is especially true. I think this is especially true in writing and in art because there's a lot there. Because especially with all the stuff that's going on in 2020 and in this pandemic with Black Lives Matter, all lives matter, by the way. Except stupid people. I'm just kidding. Oh, God. I'm going to get so much hate. I need to stop making jokes like that.
I'm on the side that says, I want Black Lives to matter just as much as everyone else. And so I'm like, all lives don't matter until they matter too.
Yeah, I mean, we went off topic, but PSA though, but all lives matter, no matter who you are, how old you are, how young you are, it doesn't matter who you are, young, old, sick, everyone matters. What we don't appreciate is people being, jerks. We don't appreciate that. We don't
appreciate racist jerks here.
There we go. We don't appreciate racist jerks. We don't appreciate unethical jerks.
Or sexist. Or ableist.
bigots, elitists, supremacists.
Basically all because of ists.
Yeah, you're right. All the ists. Honestly, all the ists. ISTs.
Like all the negative ists.
Yes. Basically.
Oh, and homophobic people too. We don't appreciate them either.
Yeah, this channel and these podcasts, we do not condone that kind of thing. We may say
Exactly.
some offensive things. So we may say some offensive things, but please, it's a joke. I hope it gets seen as a joke. Probably not a very appreciative one. Yeah, we do apologize for any offensive things we say here. Yeah. But like back on topic is because so one of my writer friends, like, they got a she's a wonderful writer. If you know who you are, if you know who I'm talking about, this is specifically to my writer's friend. At this point, like, I'm gonna make so many shout-outs. I might as well start shamelessly advertising them in my description. Might as well start doing that because I keep mentioning them like every 10 minutes. I swear. But for my writer friends though, like one of my writer friends, like she got this review. I'm trying not to dox anyone. I really want to say their name, but I don't think she would appreciate that.
You could use like a fake name.
Their fake name is the name I use for them, I think. I actually don't know if that's a pen name. I don't know their names.
We'll just call this person Jim from The Office.
Jim from The Office. I would call her Pat. It'd be Patty.
Yeah, Pat.
Well, at least they know the gender. At least they know the gender now, since I said Pat.
Okay.
But
Pat can be both a girl and a boy name.
That's true. But anyways.
So, yeah.
Anyways, she got this review. Great, like I said, she's a damn it. Well, it's a she. It's a she. Mm-hmm. That's all you need to know.
So her name is Patricia.
Her name's Patricia. That's not her name. Can you imagine if that was her name? Like, I unintentionally doxed her. Oh my god. Just kidding. But anyways, she's a wonderful writer. I love her. Mm-hmm. She deserves all the sunshines and appreciation in the world. She does her damn hardest. This is me just trying to boost her up. Honestly. It's me shamelessly advertising her and boosting her up on this small, tiny channel. But like I said, she's amazing. She's so great. She got this review on one of her stories. It's about Claude. It's not just about him. Emblem. Yeah, Claude from Fire Emblem Three Houses. And I should warn this now. In future podcasts, I may mention Fire Emblem a lot because I am a Fire Emblem fanatic. So I'm gonna make that clear. But anyways, so she wrote about Claude.
Also, spoilers just in case.
Oh yeah, spoilers just in no. Oh, it's been a year. Okay, it's been a year. There's videos out. There's spoilers in here, but it's not my fault. Like, nah, you don't get that. You don't deserve that word. It's been a year.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. But since we already put it out there are I may mention spoilers. Maybe, I don't know.
Okay. Anyway, about the review that Patricia got.
Yeah, so you and I know that Claude is obviously not from Poland.
Yeah, I believe he's from like a different country in the Fire Emblem universe?
Yes, he's from a different country. Yeah, for the sake of spoilers, we'll just say he's a different country in the Fire Emblem universe. If you know, you know. If you don't, well, there you go. Spoiler? I don't know.
I think they technically reveal it in the beginning, when they're describing the three heads of the houses. They're like, oh, Edelgard's from I forgot the name of her empire.
Adressia.
And then Dimitri's from Fodland.
I mean, they're both from Poland. though.
Oh, never mind.
Wait, aren't you playing Blue Lights?
Empires.
Yeah, they're from two different countries. Aren't you playing Blue Lights? Why don't you know where he's from? Tori.
Because I'm sorry, it's been a year since I went back and played it.
Tori, you were on it just a couple of days ago. What do you mean?
Well, I didn't find out until I played it, but I was put in the middle of the story, so I don't even know.
I'm crying. Welcome to our podcast where I roast Tori, where I roast my co-host Tori.
Okay, so anyway, Edelgard is from the Adrestrian Empire,
and Dimitri's from Fargus. He's from the kingdom, the holy kingdom of Fargus.
There we go. That's what the name is. I forgot because one of his classmates is from there. Is from Fargus.
One of his classmates.
He's a royal from Fargus.
80% of his class is from Fargus. So what do you mean?
Oh yeah, that's right. Crap. I'm sorry.
Man. See, just me. This is just me roasting Tori now. I'm kidding. Anyways,
it's been forever. It's
been a year. It's been a whole year. Anyways.
College hates me, man.
Man, college hates everyone. Let's be honest. Anyways, Patricia. Yeah, so Patricia wrote about Claude. It's not just Claude. It has, it has Byleaf in it. Byleaf? I don't care.
I think it's Byleth.
Is Byleaf? Yeah. I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's Byleaf. See, I interchange the two names. I'll say it however the hell I want. English is not my first language, so that's my excuse. I don't know what everyone else's is.
I mean, English is my first language, and I still don't know how to speak it.
You're right. English is weird. That's our That's our other PSA.
It is.
English is weird. English doesn't make sense. If I want to, I'll probably.
That's another topic for another day.
Here you go. Yeah, you know what? Our next episode, we'll talk about how weird the English language is.
Exactly.
Yeah. Anyways, Patricia got this review on her story. So her story is a different universe, and we all know that if you've seen Claude's post, his post time skip outfit, like it has some like Middle Eastern tones to it.
Yeah.
So it gives you like the idea of what kind of country he's from, and like maybe possibly the culture.
Yeah.
They don't say anything about his culture, so I'm like, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna say anything about it. I'm not gonna say what it is because we don't know what it is. It's up to interpretation. We know a little bit about it, but that's all. That's whatever they give us in canon is all we got.
It's apparently supposed to have like inspirations from like Persia and stuff.
Yeah, it definitely. Yeah, that's the thing. Inspiration. This goes back to our early topic where the artists who took inspiration from the Wendigo to create their own design, and how literally the show Ruby is inspiration from fairy tales and other like freaking like it's called
like from various different fairy tales.
Exactly, it's inspiration. We're not saying that is who they are. No, it's called inspiration. Anyways, so her fic is based on like the inspiration that they took from for Claude, and so this person said so this person left a nasty review or critique, as I should say, I guess. I don't know. Same freaking thing. Same thing. I don't know. Like so. They could have gone about it better. They just, they weren't happy. Basically, they weren't happy with the way things were presented in the fic. I was like, what's involved were like harems and concubines and stuff like that. And it's like not traditionally though. Like I said, all my friends do their research, and she did her damn hardest and what she can.
I was just gonna say, harems and concubines are like everywhere.
Yeah, that's another thing. It's like everywhere. It's like it may not, like, she tries not to play this. She wasn't playing the stereotype. I didn't think she was. People probably thought it was. People thought she was, probably. I mean, I think that's going to happen, though. Like, when you hear something and you're going to have, like, some kind of stereotype, but you're not going to say, oh, that's what it is. That's what it is.
Yeah, no.
That's like saying, when you hear Asian, you probably have, like, some kind of stereotype when you hear the word Asian, right? But you're not going to tell me. But it's not like you're going to tell me, like, that's what you are.
Yeah, no. Because, like, I know there's, like, a variety of different, like, Asian cultures.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's not like I'm going to... It's not like... It's like... Yeah, I don't know. It's like... I don't know why. I was going to say... That's like saying water is wet. But then I was like, wait, that doesn't make sense. I was like, wait, that analogy doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. Let's talk about that in another podcast. Water. I thought that was a funny argument. I really thought that was a funny argument. Do I think water is wet? I don't know. We'll talk about that next time.
Anyway, what did this nasty critiquer say?
Just for the sake of like anonymity, I'll probably not talk like. I probably won't say it word for word, but it was like the TLD. The gist of it is basically like misrepresentation. It was so condescending.
Like, instead of like being condescending with how people were representing, like give them resources.
Yeah.
On like where they can look. I mean, I'm not telling you because I know there's that whole thing where it's like, oh, people from different cultures shouldn't be educating you or whatever.
Exactly.
But it's like, which I get. like they shouldn't feel obligated to educate you, is what I mean. But,
Yeah,
like, which I get.
Yeah.
So it's like, provide resources then.
Yeah, you think it's that big of a deal. Well, it is a big deal. Oh, okay, representation is a big deal. Let me put this out here. Representation is a big deal. But, like, you don't, like, if you're gonna approach something, you don't need to do it with negativity. That's the thing. Because if you approach something with negativity, you're already setting yourself for failure, because that's just it's gonna continue to escalate, and, you know, and it could have been, like, done with if you just, freaking been nice about it in the first time.
Forcefully either.
That too. Don't do it forcefully either. Like, you know, like a 30-minute conversation that could have been, like, resolved in a 10-minute, like, if you just did it positively, makes a difference. It makes a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so this person called my friend a racist, and she wasn't trying to be a racist.
I'm not gonna lie, if that happened to me, that would scare the crap out of me, because I was like, I'm trying so hard not to be racist.
Right. I would cry. I'm the kind of, like, I present myself as, like, a strong person, as a stubborn, like, strong person. No, I'm the kind of person who would cry. I actually cry very easily, contrary to popular belief. I guess I could say I get angry I don't know. Angry is a strong word. I get upset easily, but for the most part, I just cry. I just cry. I'm a baby.
Yeah.
I'm such a big baby. It's ridiculous. I don't act like it, but I am. I'm a big baby.
But I'm wondering, like, how she handled it. Like, how did she take it all?
She was definitely upset about it.
I don't blame her.
I don't think I should talk about it. Actually, not the situation. Like, because we talked about it again yesterday. But I was like, personally, how I felt, and if you, to my friend Patricia, if you're, like, listening to this, this is how I wholeheartedly feel, and I will die on this hill. But, I still think she was in the right to feel the way she did. She was angry. She was angry about it, and then, like, yesterday we talked about it with our group of friends, about, like, she took a step back, and how she took a step back and realized, oh, there were mistakes, and, like, but here's the thing, like, I like, it's okay to make mistakes. Mistakes happens with everyone. I believe that there will always be some kind of mistake somewhere, something in the world, in our work. And there is always room for improvement. You can always go back and fix it. Like, it's not irreversible. Hopefully. Hopefully it's not irreversible. Probably not the feeling.
Dodger, stop. No barking. Sorry, that was my dog.
No, we love the dog, though. We love the dog, though.
My cat's in here clawing at my chair.
Oh my god. Yeah, so that's our other co-host, Tori's pets. So you may hear them sometimes.
You probably heard the boomer doggo, Dodger.
Please. Yeah. What was it? Oh, yeah. So I will die in this hill. Like, I wholeheartedly believe she really wasn't in the wrong. She did her best. Because, like, I believe there's only so much you can do sometimes with research, and, like, you're not part of that culture either. Like, I'm not saying, like, being culture, I can't speak. Being competent in culture means, like, you are aware of, like, traditions, of one's beliefs, and, like, respecting it, their beliefs, their values, and you also understand your own biases. Like, that's what being competent means. Like, you're not hating, you want to, like, you're making the effort to understand something in order to provide better representation of it. Like, so, like, when we talked about it yesterday, I didn't mention it. So, again, Patricia, if you're listening to this, I'm going to die on this hill. And I'm sorry you didn't want this out there. I'm very sorry you didn't want this out there. But I'm going to die on this hill. You're great. You did your best. You did what you could. And you can always improve on yourself. And that's what matters. That's what matters, is the fact you're trying to improve yourself. The way the person presented the problem with your with your story. They could have done it better, and obviously there's always people like that. But no matter what, they could have done it better. They could have approached you properly instead of being condescending, blatantly accusing you of being a racist.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, like that could have gone way better if they just did the compliment sandwich, as we talked about in this podcast.
Yeah.
Like I just think that could just gone way better. But of course, we don't live in a perfect world. But yeah, that's how I feel, and everyone gets to know that. And I will die on this hill. And I'm sorry. And again, I'm sorry if you're listening to this, and I'm basically blabbering about it to the public. Thank God I'm not a YouTube celebrity.
I will also die on a hill for not ever doing Dedoo's freaking paralog.
I can't believe you.
Well, because it's like I didn't know. Like, how the heck would I have known if not doing certain characters' paralogs make them dead when you reach the time skip?
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know. You see, I didn't know he stays dead, apparently, if you don't do his paralog, actually. Because I did the paralog, so, but I didn't think he would stay dead, though. I didn't think that.
Because it's like, I did Sylvain's and got his weapon, I did Ingrid's and got her weapon, and I was like, I don't want to, I'll do Dedoo's later, if I could still do it, then missed the time to do Dedoo's because lost items were more important, I guess.
Lost items were more important, police. You're right, though.
Lost supports and lost items and trying to get my support with Felix up to A, at least, or at least up to B.
Actually, when I did Ingrid's paralog, I didn't know you get her weapon if you recruit her. So when I first played, because I played Black Eagles first, Black Eagles Crimson Flower first. So I didn't know you get her weapon. All I got was a stupid ring. It's not stupid. It's actually pretty useful. It's the prayer ring. You know, heal HP every turn, which was like 3 HP. It was like 3 HP every turn, but apparently that makes a difference sometimes.
Well, I started with Blue Lions, and her paralog gives you Lewin, which is her weapon.
Yeah, if you recruit her, like if you're in any other route, and you recruit her, you can get her weapon basically.
Yeah, and then Sylvain's gives you Lance of Ruin.
Yeah,
I believe is what his weapon is.
I think that's just I don't even know. Yeah, I think you have to recruit him to get it. But I think you can potentially keep it. If you don't give it back. If you don't give it back to Rhea, I don't know what. See, I always tell myself like I don't like you, Rhea. I'm gonna say no, but I still say yes, and I'm like, because I'm too nice. Because I'm too nice like that. It's like, fuck, I can't say no. I can't say no.
I kept it for Sylvain, because it's like, come on. As much as Sylvain's a playboy, he still needs his weapon.
Damn. Tori's actually more savage than me. Dang, what a turn. What a turn on this podcast.
I haven't played past the time skip yet. So I don't know everybody's growth and development yet, except for Dimitri's, where he goes full on edge.
Still, come on, I played this game like 5 times. 5 times, and I never said no once to Rhea. Bruh, that's how you know. That's what we call an abusive relationship with her. I'm just kidding.
Well, I'm trying to remember, because it's been a while since I've done those paralogs. I think he was like, yeah, let's let Sylvain keep the weapons.
She just gets mad. She just gets mad at you. She's like, basically, here's Rhea. And you say no. She's like, excuse me? How dare you?
Exactly.
Dude, like, literally, I seen the clip. I seen the clip of what happens if you say no. And literally, to me, personally, it sounds like she was ready to cut a bitch. She was ready to cut a bitch.
I feel like that's her mood, like, 24/7. If things don't go her way, she's like, oh, I'm gonna cut this bitch. But that's like her on the inside. Her on the outside is like, oh, may the goddess bless upon you. On the inside, oh, I am gonna rip you a new one when I get some alone time.
Right. Yeah, right. So I'm just like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Rhea has a lot of problems. That's all I gotta say.
And then it doesn't help that Japanese set test sounds like Dio.
Right? Right?
Because it is freaking Dio. It's the
It
same
is,
voice
yeah,
actor that does Dio.
I was just like, oh my god. Like, people can't unhear that. Like, once they know, they know. And, like, they can't unhear it. They just can't unhear it. I didn't know
It's
that
like,
at first until someone pointed it out to me. And then I was like, fuck, I can't unhear it. I was like, fuck, I can't unhear it.
Like, you're just waiting for Setets to have a, but it is I, Dio moment.
Dude, there are moments where he sounds like he's gonna do that. I swear. There are moments.
I know.
It's so funny. I think it's funny. Have you ever heard any of the English voice acting of the game?
Yeah, I have. Well,
Okay.
Like, I've seen the parodies of Claude's voice actor because of his McDonald's act.
Yeah, I loved it. It's so great. But yeah,
Like,
honestly,
yeah, like, Claude's voice actor is really nice.
oh,
like,
yeah,
in the
he's-
English.
Oh yeah, he's super nice. Like, he gets so much hate for no reason. It sucks.
And I'm like, why? Like, he seems like a genuinely cool dude.
He is, right? Like, I've seen it. I've
Mhm.
been on some of his Twitch stream. It's great. Like, he's so nice.
Yeah, like, he seems pretty chill. Like, he doesn't want to cause any issues, and then he gets hate for it. I'm like, dude, why?
Fire Emblem community is whack.
Mm-hmm.
It's just whack. I say I'm part of it, but like, I don't. Like, I'm not that interactive though, in my opinion.
Like, I just enjoy the games for, like, the characters and the art and the gameplay and the story.
Yeah.
Like, I'm in, like, the unpopular opinion where I was like, I did enjoy Fates.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't, like, overly fall in love with it, but I still enjoyed it.
Yeah, I still don't like it. I mean, I enjoy the gameplay. I just didn't like the story. That's facts. Like, I will always enjoy the gameplay. Obviously, if we're gonna talk about story wise, let's not. Let's not. Maybe another podcast. You know what? Let's have a dedicated Fire Emblem podcast next time.
Like, our favorite Fire Emblem stories and our least favorite Fire Emblem stories.
Hell yeah, I'm down with that. We actually went off topic again. I just realized that.
Yeah, my bad.
I don't even know how. Well, we went from, since we were talking about representation, talked about my friend Patricia. Bless her heart.
Mm-hmm.
Bless her heart. She did. Like I said, she deserves all the sunshines and rays in the world. Shout out to her.
She definitely does.
Yeah. See. See, this is how people should be, boosting each other up. I love her. all right. Yeah. But you know, that's the thing about like writing, like posting any work,
Mm-hmm.
online, whether it be art or writing. It sucks handling those
Mhm.
people. And I talked about, like, I hate confrontation. I really do hate confrontation. Even though I talk all the time about, like, you need to confront this person. I see this all the time. Whenever, like, there's problems in our server, like, you gotta talk to this person. Like, you need to call them out or some shit. Like, I say that, and then here's me not practicing what I preach. Fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes I
Like,
confront.
that's what scared me about being a staff member is confrontation.
I think it also, but like, when it comes to confrontation, it also depends. It also depends
Mhm.
on the context and the situation, and who's involved. It also depends on who's involved.
Mhm.
So like,
Yeah.
that's the thing about any situation. It always depends on something. There's always something you got to think
Yeah.
about, and yeah, it's just
Like, if it's just like small minor stuff that isn't dealt with in a hostile manner, I can deal with. But when
Yeah.
like
mhm.
rough stuff is involved, I'm like, nah, no, I need some help.
Yeah.
I can't do this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yesterday, I said this like 10 times already. Yesterday we had a seminar over sensitivity readers and representation. And one of the
Mhm.
topics we basically touched is like, how can we fix this in writing? And you know, it doesn't,
Mhm.
like, it doesn't have to be just writing. It doesn't have to be just writing. It can be art too and stuff like that.
Mhm. Yeah.
But the thing is, like, personally, I'm just also like, I zoned out, but it's hard though. It's like, it's so hard though, and it's so like, oh god. I just sometimes I don't want to deal with that. That's why I don't I try to stay away from that with a 10-foot pole. Like I said, I shouldn't be. That's not how you should do it. Like anyone who is listening in, you should always try to face things head on. But you know, another thing is also like put your foot down. Like always, you should also advocate for yourself too. Like don't let yourself get pushed over, because if they're not giving like a constructive criticism, like then it's a battle. It's a battle you're probably gonna lose. It's probably a battle you're gonna lose.
Like how that person should have done their critique is like there were some problems that may be encountered with representation.
Yeah.
If you like, I can provide resources to help you out.
I realized what I said can actually be misconstrued and take wrong. I'm bad with words. See, I'm really bad with words. I'll say something and I'm like, and I'll think about what I said. Yeah, I'll think about what I said and I'll be like, oh, I said it this way, but I promise you, I meant like 10 different things when I said that. I'll say something, but I need to be like, I meant like, but I mean it like 10 different ways when I say that. But no, it's sometimes like, if you're like, if someone calls you out for being wrong, obviously most of the time people get upset. Or be like, or if they're nice, usually they're nice if they go, oh, I didn't know that. Like, usually
because most of the time they genuinely don't know.
Yeah, that too. Because I had experience like when people said, oh, I didn't know that. I'm like, oh, okay. I'd be like, oh, okay. Well, now you know. That sounds so sarcastic. That sounds so sarcastic, but I mean, like, but I then as I said, I'm like, oh yeah, but now you know.
Yeah, like you were saying, like, well, now you know now, and you can learn from it. Like you're being like kind about it. You're not being like, well, now you know.
Yeah. Yeah. So we talked about like there's gonna be people who are mean all the time. Man, that's just if I had to sum up our podcast today, that's just it. That's just gonna be like there's mean people everywhere. That's it. That's it. That's a podcast. There's mean people everywhere.
There's mean people, and it just depends on how mean they are and how you deal with it, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. So we talked about how you can, how do you treat things sensitively? Is like, well, first of all, you got to know yourself. That's actually what they teach us in nursing school too. You got to know your own biases and judgments because no one cares about what you think. I'm just kidding. They didn't say that, but main point, you got to know yourself. That's true. That's very true. And that's what self-inflection's all about. That's what self-reflection's all about. Knowing yourself, figuring out yourself. Know what you do know and don't know.
And also learning from it.
Exactly. And yeah. And the other thing we talked about was doing research before you write it. Most of the time, I don't do that. I mean, well, like I said, I don't write cultures and identity. I don't write political topics that much. I don't write it that often. I don't write it that often because I'm scared of misrepresentation.
Yeah, like I feel that I should. Because, like, I don't want to, like, misrepresent anybody. I don't want to, like, use stereotypes without knowing. Like, even with all the research that I do, I don't want to make, like, anything wrong.
Exactly. Like, I remember making a character. I made a character who is, like, a Dominion Republican. I know nothing about it. But I look up, but for the bare minimum, I looked up what they look like at most. And but for the most part, well, I think I wrote like they're descended, or they were born there but they moved to the U.S. I forgot what I wrote. It's been a long ass time.
Like one of my OCs is a daughter of a retired Japanese idol.
Yeah, but like here's the thing: like if you especially if you explicitly state this, like they were raised in the U.S., so they're assimilated into American cultures. Like, I'm not. there's at least one person who's gonna be like, "Oh, you whitewashed your character." It's like, no,
No.
that's what they grew
I
up.
specifically
That's what they
stated
grew
in
up.
her bio that she has a Japanese mother and father that, due to safety reasons, moved to America.
Yeah, and if they grew up in that culture, it's like, what do you? Well, I'm not like, if they grew up in the culture, and it's another thing. It also depends, like, how you write the parents too. Like, it also depends. Like, if the parents practice their culture in the U.S., then okay, then you should definitely like include that. Do your research on that. But if they don't, I know plenty of parents who don't practice their culture because they're afraid and they lose their sense of identity. It's a very sad thing. That's another topic for another podcast.
Yeah, and that's actually what's kind of happening with this OC's mother-in-law, is that, well, among other reasons, she's kind of like losing her identity.
Yeah, so like, yeah, but if they're not practicing the culture and this is how you set up, like, if this is how you set up your character that you make, it's not whitewashing. We're not whitewashing it. This is explicitly how I stated it to be for various reasons. And not only that, I don't like people. It goes back to our earlier topic about in our last episode where we talk about how people tell you how you play your own original characters. You don't know me. You don't know how I write my characters. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are?
Yeah, it's like how I said earlier. It's like, yeah, giving ideas for how I could play the character is one thing. Trying to tell me how to, without knowing how I portray my characters, is another. And that latter is kind of not what I approve of.
Yeah. Yeah, and like the point, I always go for like realism in my writing, if that makes sense. Like, I do sitcom writings, actually. Like, when it comes to dialogue, I write it like a sitcom, because I love sitcoms. I love Friends. I love watching Friends, and I love my TV dramas. I love watching, like, Supernatural. I love watching, like, I love watching Vampire Diaries, the originals, Legacies. I watched all the DC Comics TV shows.
Oh, yes.
Basically, almost all the CW TV shows. I gotta put that, almost all of them, not all of them. There's some I don't like. There's plenty I don't like.
CW.
I know. There's not a lot of good ones, actually. I like these days now.
Like,
it's early, like late 2000s.
Really good. Please go watch it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, late 2000 shows. That was the shit. Those were the shit. I don't care what anyone says. Those were the times. Those were the good times. Back on topic, but like I like I said, I like to write my stuff in a very sitcom-y way. I love imagery and I love being detailed. Like, I have to describe everything, what their eyes are doing, what their nose are doing, what their fingers are doing. Well, like, if I think it's relevant, then I'll write it. If I don't, then I'm just gonna move on to the next scene.
Yeah.
I usually move on to the next scene. This is why I hate action scenes, by the way. This is why I try to avoid action scenes at all costs. Because sometimes I don't. It's the whole thing. I can see it in my mind, but I don't know how to describe it whatsoever.
Yeah.
And I fucking hate it.
That's why trying to do those, like, combat training sessions in the RP server are tiring.
That's why I stopped doing it. That's why I stopped doing it.
How many ways can I make this person fight?
How many ways can I tell? How many ways can I write my character? They punch someone. How many ways can I tell? That's another thing. Sometimes I don't think I'm that detailed where I say they raise their hand and it flows through the air and it meets with the other person's face. No, they punched them. They punched them square in the face, close-handed, and didn't hit them hard enough.
Or you can just go like, oh, he just straight up slapped that person.
Right, exactly. Like, I like to think I'm not that detailed, like, where I had to describe how they punch a person. No, you punched you in the face, close-handed, and it wasn't hard enough.
Like, how I write is like, oh, they lift up their leg, aim towards the sides, and then just land the kick.
Yeah, it has to make sense. Yeah, see, that's the thing about, like, yeah. So, like, when I write it, like, if I feel like it's relevant and that I need to describe it, then I'll do it. Or if you know how someone is punched, then you can imagine someone punching someone. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
Exactly.
Yeah. Back to what we were talking about yesterday. Do your research and your characters. We talked about, like, make your characters people. Your characters should be complex.
They may be in a fantasy setting, but they're still people.
Yeah, there's still people, and I don't know why suddenly my thing decided to feel. I don't know why my settings decided to be like, oh, now everything is shit again. I was like, okay,
Oh no.
because it keeps going into the red zone, and I'm like, I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means, but I guess I'll perish. We're just gonna perish. Well, we're almost at the 2 hour mark, but that's okay because this is our podcast, and we can do whatever we want.
I thought you were gonna say like you were gonna end it soon. I'm not like trying to rush to the end.
Oh no, we don't have to rush. I don't like. We don't have to rush. It's just us talking.
Okay.
Like, I don't know if I made a disclaimer. Like, our podcast is literally just us talking.
Yeah.
This is actually an everyday conversation. Like, we talk a lot of things in chat. We talk about a lot of things in chat. And, sometimes they're good podcasts. They're good podcast topics, though.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm not saying it should be recorded. I'm just like, I just wonder what other people think. Sometimes you'd be like, I wonder what other people think. Plus, we're bored. Like I said, I'm bored, and I was supposed to be writing today. I didn't write a single damn thing today. I was supposed to be, and I thought, I've been thinking about doing a podcast for like forever, and I was just like, fuck it, let's do one today. We did 2 today. That's an accomplishment. Anyways, I'm off topic again. What was I saying?
Maybe this could be your writing for the day. It's just doing this podcast.
This is my writing for today. You're right. Oh, right. I talked about making. We talked. My writer friends and I talking about making complex characters. No one's saying it has to be like super like I don't know, like a freaking like a Rubik's puzzle thing box.
Yeah, like Rubik's cube.
Yeah, Rubik's cube. I call it a box. Oh my god, what is wrong with me?
It's okay.
It's been a long day.
Yeah, I think we all need a nap.
I did take a nap, and I took a nap, and I was like, still slow today. There's just nothing to do today. I think that's just quarantine life now, though. I think that's just quarantine life.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, like make characters complex. We're not saying they have to be like super mysterious or whatever. Like make them have a personality. Just make them have a personality, basically. But make it make sense.
You can still make an edgy bad boy, but give more complexity to the edgy bad boy.
Yeah, like make it like a real person. Like I probably for my writer friends who listen in onto these podcasts, if they do, what I personally believe is like every person has a different personality with different people, and that's facts. I don't care what anyone says. It's psychology. I know this. I study psychology. I know this. I'm just kidding. I'm not a psychologist or anything like that. But but it's true. Like people have certain personalities with different people. You'll always have a main aspect with everyone. You always have a main aspect with everyone. You have a main trait with everyone. For you, example, Tori, like you're gonna be nice to everyone. You're nice, no matter who it is, family, friends, or whoever. You're gonna be nice. You're a nice person. But
I try to.
Well, yeah, you should like everyone should be. Everyone should be nice. This also goes back to this kind of goes to a relationship topic I want to talk about. Whenever someone describes to me, oh, so what's your girlfriend, boyfriend like? Oh, they're nice. Well, I should hope so. So. I hate when they tell me that. It's like, oh, they're nice. It's like, I should hope so. You're dating them, or they should be nice, or I'm gonna beat them up.
Yeah.
Okay, I wouldn't beat them up, but if they weren't nice and they were doing something terrible to you, yeah, I'm gonna beat them up. Like, you tell me who it is, where they live, give me their phone number. I just want to have a talk with them. I just want to chat.
It was like that certain specific person from many weeks back.
Exactly. But anyways, yeah. So everyone, your characters will have a. So there's always a main personality basically, and but you're not gonna act the same way with everyone. You wouldn't talk to your parents the same way you talk to me, basically.
Yeah.
Or you wouldn't. I don't think you would talk to me the same way you would talk to other people, in our group of friends or something like that. I don't think so, anyways. unless we're super similar, then okay, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, like I tend to be like rowdy in real life friends. I tend to be rowdy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still rowdy with this group of friends, with our group of friends.
Yeah.
But I think I treat you guys more like but I think I'm more real with y'all. Like I feel like I can be more
Yeah.
jokey with y'all. That's the thing. So like, that's what I mean. So this is what I mean. Like I don't, you have a different personality, or you do, or you act different. You act different in some shape or form with different people. Usually.
Yeah.
Whether it be fake or real, it doesn't like your idea of fake is probably real to you, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, I hope I never appear as fake.
I mean, I think it depends on the situation. Like, you know, I'll tell a little white lie to my mom or dad. Like, I want you home by 10. Okay, I'm at school. No, I'm at someone's house. I'm at someone's house. that kind of fake. Unless we're talking about like fake. I don't know what that even means. Actually, I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll think of a idea. But like, yeah, have some kind of complexity to your characters. Like, you know, don't make them edgy bad boy all the time. Like, I don't know. I can't imagine being like edgy all the time. Like, I can be edgy, but like, I can't imagine being like that like 24/7. You know, like with everyone. I just think I get tired and just be like, I need a nap. I need a nap.
Maybe that could be another podcast topic: is what to do when you're struggling on portraying characters.
Nap. Just sleep. Yeah, so that's what yeah. So there's a lot of ways to counter, like, you know, the issues with misrepresentation and stuff.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of ways to do about it, and people are people and they're mean. Lesson of the day, people are mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I don't post. This goes back to my original topic. That's why I don't post often, because like I said, I just sometimes, not sometimes, but really all the time, I don't have the mental capacity to deal with people. Sometimes I don't have that. I just don't have the mental capacity to deal with people, because I think most of the time I also say the wrong thing. I did talk about this. See, I don't remember. See, this is my problem. I don't remember anything I say. I don't. You know, I don't have the mental capacity. I already said this, but I'm afraid of saying the wrong thing to someone if we get into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's also, like, for me, it's like, I don't want to say the wrong thing. I don't want to come across as a jerk. I don't want to, like, come across as maybe passive-aggressive.
Exactly.
Even though I'm like, because I remember there was that one point in the server with the one jerkhead, and they were like, "Oh, stop being passive-aggressive." I'm like, I'm not. I'm telling you to drop it, because we told you to drop it, like, 5 billion times.
See, this is also the problem when it comes to, like, online messaging. We talked about this before when we were talking about, like, writing apology letters. Like, I don't think people understand how hard it is to convey mood, tone, and voice. Like, it's really fucking hard, guys. Everyone process it and reads it differently. What they consider passive aggressive, I know the situation you're talking about. I just don't remember the message you were talking about. But I'd probably just be like, you were doing your job. You were being a professional.
Yeah.
It's like, I
was trying to stay professional the whole time, even though behind the screen I was like shaking in anger.
Exactly.
Like, why isn't this dude like not stopping?
You know, it's another thing.
We told him like 5 times.
You know what's another thing? We're old. We're old.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm 21. For the audience knowledge, I'm 21. Tori here is 22.
Yes, and I don't sound like it.
When did you turn 22? That's my question suddenly.
The 6th of March of this year.
Oh, so you just... Okay, I say just, but that was like 4 months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was... Yeah. On that same day, I went to the casino with my parents, and my mom found this machine that gave her like 300 free spins.
That's so funny. I think that's so funny. That's so funny.
and we were stuck in the casino for like an hour because of that.
Please. Yeah. I remember I accidentally drank someone's drink at the casino.
Oh, jeez.
That was so fun.
I luckily didn't have to get wristbanded that day.
Lucky for you that I did. Please don't call the police on me, but I was underage at the time.
I mean, I was of age, and I remember when I went to the casino, they
Well,
put the wristband on me when I was 21 because they were like, oh, well, she's going to get mistaken for younger, so we
Dude,
are
I
going to
think,
put this wristband on her.
honestly, I think that person snuck their drink in because, like, because there's always a bar at casinos, okay? And
Yeah.
I had a cup of water because that's all I was
Mhm.
able to drink, obviously. Well, there was soda, but I pretty sure I had to pay for that, so I was like, I'm not gonna go through that. Anyways, I had water, and someone sat next to me, and they had a white cup. I reached for my cup. I guess their cup. I don't
Mhm.
know what the hell happened because their cup was right next to mine. I grabbed their cup instead, and I was like, I took like I was really thirsty. Okay, I was hella dehydrated. I took a huge ass gulp, and I was like, ugh. I don't remember what it was.
Who spiked my water?
Yeah, basically. And the person looked up, and you're like, that was my cup. And I was like,
Oof.
oh. I wasn't drunk.
Sorry.
I wasn't drunk, obviously. I like to think I wasn't, like, hammered. I don't know. People like to call me One Shot Wonder, and I'm like, I hate all of you.
Well, I mean, I don't know how I am towards alcohol because I've never had any.
And, I prefer sweet drinks. That's all you need to know.
I mean, I prefer sweet drinks too. I've just never had alcoholic sweet drinks. Or alcohol of any kind.
Well, suddenly we gotta go out now. Suddenly we gotta go drinking now. In this pandemic?
Drinking in this pandemic?
Yes, Tori. In this pandemic. Dude, I still don't know what to do for my birthday, to be honest. I want to go drinking on my birthday. I don't think I should.
I mean,
Well, first of all, I shouldn't be. I shouldn't be, but also because like I just miss drinking.
I mean, celebrate however you want to celebrate.
Well,
It's
like-
your birthday.
You're right. Well, like I don't want to go out drinking. Like I just want to buy alcohol and drink at home. I just want to get drunk at home.
Then get drunk at home. Celebrate your birthday getting drunk at home.
Please, I don't. My parents don't know I drink, so please. Man, Tori is actually We're starting to find out in this podcast that Tori is actually the bad influence, not me.
No, I didn't mean to be influenced. I was just saying, like, if that's how you want to celebrate your birthday, then go for it. It is your birthday.
You hear that, everyone? You hear that? That's Tori being the
Be
bad.
responsible.
She is an enabler. She is an enabler confirmed.
Like, at least be responsible and within reason.
Within reason, huh? Mhm.
Like, don't go get like a crap ton of firecrackers and be like, oh, I'm gonna blow up firecrackers. It's my birthday and I want to celebrate by blowing things up.
That's such a specific example. You want to talk about that?
No, I just kind of said it as like a random example.
See, I'm
Like, just
just.
don't go randomly blow people's houses up with firecrackers.
Do you want
Because
to blow
it's your
someone's
birthday.
house up? Is that what you're telling me?
No.
This is
saying
me.
at all.
This is the podcast where I love to roast Tori for no damn reason.
Let me just look away and show you my side profile channel.
I'm crying. Yeah. Yeah. I think we pretty much touched all the topics we have. Is there any-
Yeah.
See the top. I call it topic, but really is the theme of today was writing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but honestly, I started out with this podcast just wanting to talk about like my writing, just talk about me as a writer, and then it just
Yeah.
evolved into this. But you know what? I'm glad. I don't care.
I'm glad too. Like, I'm glad it's writing and more.
Yeah, writing is fun. I already talked about why I don't post often. It's like, the reason I don't write often is I write a lot. I just don't post them because of reasons. There's a lot of reasons why. I'm lazy.
And the same thing can be applied to RPAs. Like, I'm both lazy and I'm also picky. because I want to be able to RP with people I'm comfortable with.
No,
like,
here's the
there
topic.
are times.
Oh, what's up?
Like, there are times. Oh, sorry. There are times where I kind of break out of the zone, like
Yeah.
RP with other people, but those are people that have like proven that okay, yeah, I can RP with these people.
Right.
Like, there are a couple people on Resonance that I've done that with. Or sorry, our RP server, called Resonance.
Please.
I don't want to. I'm not sure if I should advertise Resonance.
Well, we did. I mean, it's our server. We can do whatever we want.
Yeah.
I'm the owner of that server, too. So we can do whatever we want.
Yeah.
If people start asking for, like, an invite, you're not going to get it. Well, like, we're on Discord, so just look up Unordinary. If you guys want to join and RP, or, like, just be a lurker, like a weirdo. I'm just kidding. Well, actually, I'm kind of not kidding. Don't be a weirdo. You can find us on Discord. Just look up the Unordinary tag, and, yeah. Feel free to join.
If you see a pretty icon, there you go.
Yeah, it's true. Shout out to one of our mod members for making that icon. She's such a good artist.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. But a topic I wanted to bring up real quick. We're already over the 2-hour mark. Who cares? It's our podcast. You do whatever you want. You know, our server is probably like, damn, they're still going? Yeah, we're still going. Beta reading.
We can talk about beta reading.
It's not really a topic. It's like a quick topic to talk about.
Yeah.
So, like, in the Fire Emblem community, in the Fire Emblem community on AO3, there's a tag we made. As a community, there's a tag we made up, and we unanimously agreed to this. Like, there is an unspoken agreement of this tag. So whenever we have to say we have no beta reader, we put the tag not beta read. Not beta read. We die like Glenn. No beta reader. We die like Glenn.
Yeah, like no beta readers.
No, but we die like Glenn. Come on, Tori. You get it? You gotta get this story. You have to get this.
Wait, are you talking about... Wait, you said Glenn, right?
Yeah, Glenn.
Are you talking about The Walking Dead?
Okay, I'll give you that one. Yeah, kinda. I'll give you that one. No, we're talking about Felix's older brother. Because he's dead. Spoilers. Because
I gotcha now.
Yeah, so that is it shouldn't be funny, to be honest, but it is. Yeah, no, not beta red. We die like Glenn. That's just.
I'm still like trying to play like the older Fire Emblems.
Oh, dude, that's so funny. But beta reading. Anyways, I tell myself, see, here's a habit I do when I write. So anyone who ever finds typos in my writing fix that I post, like, there are always typos. You know why? Because I don't fucking read back. Like, this is such a bad habit, but what I do is I post it and then I read it and then I edit. And so I'm like, and then the process should be you write it, you read it, and then you edit. No, I decide to post it and then edit. So some people like to at me on my work sometimes and be like, can you stop updating your work, please? Every time you do that, because when you update your work, it bumps your story to the top of the thread. That's why. You shouldn't do that. But it's unintentional. It's unintentional.
Yeah, like, I feel like you should only do it like maybe once or twice.
Once
like,
or twice.
Oh crap! I found mistakes, and then you correct all those mistakes.
Yeah, but that's it. Yeah, like, I'm human. I'll do what I want.
Yeah, exactly.
People are gonna, for all my writer friends and people whoever else watches this, this is actually my attitude. I do what I want. I have I do what I want attitude, but I'm actually baby, please.
It's my party, and I'll do whatever the heck I want.
Yeah. I'm like that. That grumpy penguin where it's like, well, now I'm not gonna do it. Just take out the text, and that's just me being grumpy. It's just me just crossing my arms.
Like the Pingu meme.
I'm just angry. I'm just angry. I'm just angry.
I even like saved that.
I saved that too. I use it. I love that.
I swear, like any kind of reaction image that one of our friends uses, I just save it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but so the main reason, yeah. So beta read. I should get someone to read over my works for a lot of reasons. One, this goes back to like representation. Two, being like, hey, does this sound okay? No, I just I go with the attitude of I write what I want and just do it. It's a bad.
Yeah.
It's honestly a bad attitude to have. I really shouldn't do that, but honestly, I just like I'm someone who likes sharing. I'm honestly just someone who likes to share what I make.
Yeah.
This goes back to criticism too. Like, I don't really share to get critiques. But I do.
Yeah,
but
like,
I am someone who welcomes
to get critiques either. But
Yeah.
it's like I'll still take them.
Yeah, we'll still
as
take
long
them.
as they're like within reason.
Within reason, and if they're nice.
Yeah.
I honestly, I do know what to do if someone gives me like a serious critique. I'll just cry about it. I'm gonna cry about it for like the first 24 hours. Give me 20. I'll be like, give me 24 hours. I'm gonna be crying.
Step 2, curl up in a ball.
Yeah.
Step 3, try not to cry.
Yes!
And then step 4, cry anyway.
I know. Just cry some more. I'm such a baby. Another reason why I don't get a beta reader is because like it's not that I don't like working with people. I'm just lazy. Like I'm so lazy to work with people. So it's like,
So basically, the sum of it all, you're just too lazy.
Yeah. Oh God, I just remember. So like another one of my writer friends, not part of my group, but I did agree to do a collab though. So we talked about this a little bit, but now she really knows if she listens to this. I'm really sorry. I still want to do that collab with you, but I'm really sorry for being super lazy. I understand that you don't want to collab with me anymore.
We all have our lazy moments.
You know, no. My laziness knows no bounds. I'm like 24/7 lazy.
That's kind of been me lately. I've been like stuck on an art block. It's also because of laziness.
God, mood. I got into an art mood, but then I don't. Then literally, I take out my shit and just don't want to do it.
Yeah. You're
in the mood, but you're also not in the mood. What the hell?
It's like that SpongeBob episode where he's trying to write the essay, and it's and some of these, and done. Okay, let's see what we got here.
Just
the V, and the V is all fancy.
I know, that's us.
Yeah, that's literally us on the show.
I know, but yeah, I don't hate beta readers. I'm not saying I hate them. I'm just saying, I'm lazy. I love the tag, not beta read. We die like Glenn, because honestly, that's me every time. But I don't know. I really don't know why I do that. To be honest, like write it and post it and then update it. Because on AO3, some people intentionally like update like constantly to get like traffic, to get views. It's annoying. I know people are annoyed by it. I know it's a pet peeve. I see it on Twitter too, by the way. I get it. I get it though.
Yeah.
But I'm trying really hard. Like I'm trying really hard to get out of that habit to just to edit my shit before I post it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So plus it's not gonna lie, I also think it's scary to work with a beta reader. I also low-key thinks it's scary to work with a beta reader.
Sorry for yawning. It's because you never know what they're gonna say.
Exactly. And like, I don't know, do you think it's worse or better if it's someone you know beta reading your work?
It depends.
Okay, let's say it's me. Okay, let me say, if I were to read it, is that better or worse compared to another person?
I kind of would be okay with the reading. Because, you know more about writing than I do.
Okay.
And sometimes it helps to have somebody that's, like, an expert, or somewhat of an expert on the topic.
Yeah.
Of, writing.
Yeah, so...
To, read it
Mm. So you would prefer someone you know to do it?
Yeah. At least someone that I know that, like, knows what they're doing.
That's fair. You know, here's another
Because, like...
Oh, go on.
Sorry, my bad.
No, you
Because
first.
it's like...
Yeah.
What if I try to, like, give it to somebody that I know that, A, doesn't know, you know, how to... Like, doesn't know the kind of writing that I do, and B... doesn't know, like, what kind of characters I like to do. What if they read this and they're just like, oh, well, great, now I can just trash all over this because this isn't what I like.
That's fair. Yeah. Yeah, see, I get that. That's 100% me. Yeah, me too. Here's another topic. You know, it's just the free writing and art.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this goes back to our earlier topic of telling other people how to play your own original characters. And this also ties in with critiques and criticism. You know, so when people make commissions or like when people give unsolicited shit, and then like it's also like, you know, we don't have to do, as writers and as artists, when we share our work with the community or with friends, you know, whatever. But either way, you know, please understand we also do this for free. It would prompt. I know people do writing commissions and they do art commissions, so like that's a different story. That's a whole can of worms on itself. We'll talk about that next time. But as like when we get the unsolicited like criticism, reviews, and stuff like that, the negative ones. I'm talking about the negative ones. It's like, I don't know. I just think, I guess it's not a PSA. It's more, I just want to take a shout out. It's more like a shout out. It's like, please understand that we do this for free. Like, no one pays us to do research. No one pays us to take the time to get like references and stuff, to give like to share our work to the people. Like, we don't get paid for that, and we take our time out of it.
Yeah.
And of course, like, I understand the feeling, like, oh yeah, it sucks when we don't get a lot of like traction. Like, we don't get enough people seeing our stuff, or a lot of views, publicity. There we go. No, we don't get a lot of publicity. I actually saw like there was a Twitter thread that talked about like writers.
Yeah.
And part of the thread was like, I think they said the average. I could be wrong. I need to find the tweet. I need to find a tweet. I probably don't know where the tweet is anymore, honestly. Twitter is a big place. But but basically for every like about every 100, it's either 10 or 100. I'm just gonna go for 100. For every 100 views, it's typically one kudo. Actually, I think no. For every 10 views is usually a kudo or like credits. You know, like or like, there we go. Like kudos on AO3 is like a like, basically. You can only like one thing one time. So it's like Instagram and Facebook. You can only like it once. I mean, you can like it. You can technically like it multiple times, but I think it's gonna kind of shows that you unliked it first and then you liked it again. But anyways, but yeah. So like, so it means a lot though. So it means a lot to people because like they spent hours planning, outlining everything for their artwork or writing piece. So I think it's important to also understand like the fact people are willing to take in like critiques and reviews, and especially when they're unsolicited. By the way, I'm talking about the negative ones. Everyone wants to hear positive ones. Come on, like we all want that validation. Okay, that's why we shared it in the first place. We want the
positive and actually like constructive criticism from like a good place.
That too. But anyways, for, like I think it's a nice shout out to understand, like, you know, we take it in stride. We honestly do take it in stride. I mean, I'll cry. I mean, like I said, I'll cry for the first 24 hours. But please also remember, like, I choose to take this in stride and, like, choose to be better, to make it better. Okay?
Yeah, like, you take it in baby steps.
Exactly. And also, like, again, it's free. Like, so, you know, I don't have to. It's a big thing. Like, I don't have to. People don't have to. But they do. You know why? Because they want to get better. We're trying to be better human beings in this shitty hellhole.
They do it for fun.
Exactly, that too. And yeah, that's another thing. Like, come on, I did this. Like, this is supposed to be a fun thing. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to be here for a long time. Maybe. I don't know.
So just know I haven't been really doing much because it's like every time I try to draw, it's like, oh nope, you gotta do this other thing. I'm like, really? Come on.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, that's all I gotta talk about. Anything else you want to add?
Not really. I mean, unless you want me to like advertise myself.
Yeah, guys, you should totally check out my wife's artwork. They're amazing. They're cute. Yeah, link is in the description below. I'm just kidding. I won't do that. Do you have?
I mean, you can link it. I don't mind.
Do you have an art profile link? Like,
I have like my Instagram. I have my DeviantArt. I have Twitter, but I don't use it for art.
Do you still use DeviantArt? I don't.
I mean, I kind of stopped using it because I got way too busy.
That's fair.
I mean, I'm sorry for anybody hearing this that still has artwork that I need to give them. I just haven't been able to because college has been kicking my ass.
Dab.
But yeah, I still owe artwork on there. And I feel ashamed.
It'd be like that. Yeah, like I still get on like once every, I don't know, like a month. I don't know. I'll just like I still have it bookmarked on my browser.
Mhm. The thing is, I'm not even getting like paid in real money.
Right,
it's
you
like
do. Yeah, don't you do free commissions? Don't you do free commissions?
Oh no, I did like raffles.
Oh,
no, not raffles. They were like gotchas.
Gotcha.
Where it's like, you pay in like a points amount.
Oh.
And then,
okay, I got you. See, I think, yeah.
But I did like say, I'm gonna do like free requests, like to be experimental, like what I did with the 90s style. And then I just completely got lazy on those too, which I feel bad.
Dude, like, see, sometimes I think about doing requests, and then I'll look at my art and be like, nah, I suck. Man, this is why I don't do requests, because I don't know how to do anatomy. I just don't know how to do anatomy. It's all practice. It's always practice.
Don't know how to do anatomy.
Exactly. I know, right? But it's practice. Like, obviously, it's practice. I just don't... Like, it's my fault. It's genuinely my fault, because I don't put it into practice. And it's the same thing with my writing. Like, because I don't take it as seriously as most other people do. Like, that's why my writing is bad. That's why my writing is bad. It's because I don't put it into practice. I should be practicing.
I also need to put in more practice.
Exactly. Yeah, it is practice. So that's our PSA. That's another PSA. If you want to get better at something, practice. You gotta practice. That's it. You can't really blame anyone but yourself. That sounds kind of mean, but that's the truth, though. Like, I mean, I blame myself. Like, I know I don't practice.
The more time and effort that you put in something,
the better you'll get.
Like, the better the improvement.
Exactly. Yeah. That's why, like, honestly, like, I think some people notice this, like, my eyes on all my, like, any character I draw, they're bombing, okay? You know why? Because whenever I doodle, like, when I'm bored, all I do is draw eyes. That's all I do. Like, I don't draw anything else but eyes. I just practice how to draw eyes, and that's why they look so good. But then when I go to everything else, it's like, wow, the only thing that's good is the eyes, and I hate it.
I feel like that's me too. It's like, oh, the only good thing about my art is the eyes, and everything else sucks.
Right. I know someone, like, it's the same thing with one of my friends. They're really good at drawing hands, okay? They're really good at drawing hands. I don't know if this is a hand fetish. I feel like I developed a hand fetish over time. Oh, please don't flag me. Please don't flag this video. YouTube, please don't flag me. But like,
I mean, I want to know how to draw beautiful hands. Come on.
Like seriously. Like, I'll look at these hands. Like my friend, like the way my friend, like I'll look at people who draw hands really good, and I'll be like, God, those are really good hands. Like, I could bust a nut for that. God, please don't fuck this video.
We're putting that in best quote.
God, YouTube, please don't flag this podcast. I'm begging. Oh God. Oh God. There is no you know what? maybe I should put a rating on our podcast because I decided to say shit like that. Oh god. Oh god.
I'm so sorry.
Oh god. Okay. Alright.
I'm sorry, Mary.
I'm crying. No, that's the best thing I said all day. That's the best thing I said all day. But yeah, like they can draw really good hands. but they can't draw anything else. They can't draw anything else. So like when you have to draw feet, they just do like stick figure feet where you just draw a line. It looks like a B. It looks like the letter B or the letter D. That's what it looks like. That's what they do. That's what they do for the feet. They just draw stick figure leg with a little circle foot. Because they can't draw feet.
For feet, I've done like the Bratz doll feet.
Oh god. Oh yes, stubby. No, I do the Fire Emblem Awakening stubs. They have no feet. You just have stubs. You have stubs for feet. That's what I do.
Yeah. Oh, like the Fire Emblem Hero chibis, where they just have stubs and not actual feet.
Dude, I practice drawing more chibi stuff than like realistic stuff, to be honest. So that's another
that
thing.
was me for a long while, and that's why my art style kind of has like a chibi-ish appearance to it.
That's fair.
Because that's like all that I've drawn for like a certain period of time was chibis. Because every time I try to do full bodies, like it didn't turn out right.
It's cute though. Anyways, we really should wrap this up. Let's talk about that next time though.
Yeah.
We have a lot of stuff to talk. I should have been writing this down, but whatever. All right.
It's okay. I'll keep note.
Yeah. We'll figure out what we want to talk about next time. Maybe tomorrow.
Yeah.
Maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Maybe next weekend actually, because I'm supposed to be writing this week, and I feel like I'm gonna be like, let's do a podcast instead. Haha.
Do it.
You're right. Hopefully we can have more people on this. Maybe we should consider doing a more private one instead.
Yeah. I mean, that's okay with me, either way.
Yeah, I don't care. Like, there is no structure. There's no formal structure to this. All I'm going to say is I'm always going to have a Word document up because we can't keep track. I can't keep track for the life of me. You just enable me, and this is why we need one more person. This is why we need a third person in this podcast. We did have a third person, and they left.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is officially episode 1.5. Yeah, that's pretty much our structure for this. We just talk whatever we want, and we go into tangents, and then every 5 minutes I'll be like, we need to get back on topic, only to get off topic. Yeah.
That's going to be our slogan for this podcast. Okay, we need to get back on topic.
Exactly. That is our slogan. You're right. That's our slogan for now on. All right.
The on-off topic podcast.
Yeah.
Okay, we need to get back on topic.
Yeah. I also do shameless advertising. I probably won't. I won't actually link it. I don't know. I'll consider it. Like, I'm not gonna do it for this video, but I'll consider it.
You have my permission to link my stuff.
Yeah. Thank you for that permission.
I'll send you the links.
Yeah, I'll keep pin them too. So I remember, so I don't have to keep asking you for them.
No worries. I'll send them to you.
Yeah. I talk about my friends a lot. So this is gonna be the podcast. I'm gonna talk about my friends a lot. I'll mention a lot of things outside of our friend group. We'll make strange references. I do shameless advertising.
References that no one gets.
Yeah, references that only we get.
Yes.
Yeah, we're also open. I would like to say we're open to talking about like other topics that you want to hear our thoughts on too. Because that's what people do. That's what podcast people do, right? Like send us tweet at us for what you want to hear us talk about or whatever, right?
Or even like they even have like viewers send in questions that they want the answer to.
Yeah, see what viewers, what audience do we have for that?
Yeah. It's like, dear Mary and Tori, how can I get people to shut up? You don't.
Yeah, that's my advice. You don't. I actually have 57 subscribers on my YouTube channel, and there are a lot of old friends. And I'm not gonna lie, I think they're dead. It's been a long time. Like most of those people, like we were good friends. Because like back when YouTube were in its early days, like you could like it was a very small community at a time.
Mm-hmm.
So it was very easy to say close friends with someone. So I miss the days when you could customize your own background and stuff on YouTube. Like look up old YouTube to see like customized backgrounds and profiles.
Yeah,
it was great.
Those were the days.
See, you know what I'm talking about. You get me, Tori.
Yeah.
All right. I keep saying we're gonna end this, and we're not ending this. I guess we're stuck here. Anyways, all right.
We're gonna be in the endless void.
You're right. We're just an endless void. All right. So, again, thanks for tuning in to this podcast, everyone. Kudos to you if you can listen throughout 2 hours and 30 minutes and dealing with constant feedback. I don't even know what kind of feedback the mic picks up. Especially from your end, Tori. I don't even want to know.
I'm sorry. You probably hear my fan.
My fan too. I have 2 fans running. Yeah. I don't do edits.
Because it's hot where I am.
Yeah. I also don't do edits, so this whatever you hear, you just hear. We're not professionals. This is just for fun. I just like talking too. I really like talking.
So that means the viewers are gonna have to hear when our friends come in, which is fine.
I know. I mean, like, it's like white noise. I know people listen to podcasts like white noise, so, like, you know, if you like that kind of white noise, there you go. Or if you just want to hear me sound like a fool, like a clown, there you go. This is the podcast for you. Me being a clown, like, I'm a clown 24/7. Those are facts. Facts. No printer. Mm-hmm. I hate my friend. She has to be saying that. Facts, no printer. It's supposed to be a pun.
Yeah, I got the pun.
Yeah,
it's
I had to explain that, and I'm like, please don't judge me. I'm just like, please don't judge me. Okay, for real talk. All right, thanks for tuning in on our off topic podcast. So we'll see you next time in the next episode.
See you next time. Thank you for tuning in.
We need an end card. We need like an ending.
Yeah.
Well, dab.
Dab.